Hello, everyone. Sorry, as we're starting, I'm quickly realizing that the Delphi talkie is off, so let me just. There we go! There's our team.
You hate me. You hate me and you want me dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adventures in
Your
the
audience.
Avaricious. Hello, everyone, and
Damn, that's cold.
hello, everyone, and welcome
She's
back to
not
Adventures.
denying it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adventures in the Avaricious Archipelago. I'm here with all of my friends once again for another session. We're gonna go through the pronoun go around and then a quick recap of last week. First things first, we've got Ben.
Hello, I'm playing CHEEG. Any all for both me and CHEEG.
Very good. Alicia.
Ayo, I'm Alicia. I play CYPHER Dreamer. They use any and all pronouns, as do I.
Very nice. Draw.
Heyo, I'm Draw. I use Love It Any and I play Delphi who uses any all.
Benny.
Hi, I'm Benny. I use they, it pronouns, and I play Siren, Twinkshine.
Coming from a
And
brand, Benny?
I'm coming with a stutter. Siren uses any and all.
And Liz.
I'm playing SQUO'MO Gooman. She's SQUO'MO my Gooman till I add a spell slots.
Fantastic. SQUO'MO uses any and Liz uses she, her. But don't tell anyone I told you that, or they'll find me.
We know where to find you, Minecraft.
Hello, everyone. It's me, your favorite Jegg. Jegg Minecraft 23. They, she, and happy to be. And we are back with more adventures in the Avaricious Archipelago, a D&D treasure hunting campaign that we've been doing since late January. And now it's early May. How the time flies. Where last we left off, the party still visiting with Cheeg's family over at the docks, Lagunia. They had managed to get a few things together. A construction of an aquarium for various creatures has begun on Cheeg's ship. We also know, thanks to Delphi, that rather than some sort of leviathan trailing the party, mermaids, Delphi's sisters specifically, were recently in the area. And while Delphi hasn't carried the rest of this information along just yet, are inviting Delphi and friends to check out this event, a tournament of sorts, taking place in a few days. It's thankfully on the way to Winterspire, your next destination, the third of the islands where you have been searching for the Dragonheart gems. In the meantime, there's much to do, plenty to prepare. Unfortunately, as that conversation was coming to a close, one of Delphi's sisters, Cora, after spying on Cheeg's ship through the eyes of her familiar, discovered a certain tall tiefling, currently hard at work on a tank. And she is now speeding as quickly as possible to go meet them. Draw, I'd like you to describe Cora for the class. However, just please keep it in mind that she is, and I can't stress this enough, just zooming.
Okay. Fuck, man.
It's okay. You studied.
I did study. So Delphi and her sisters, they all have the shiny yellow eyes. It's like a token trait of the family. Cora's hair is red. She has it in locks with I've realized that I love using visual aids, and then I have no idea what, and they're not clips, but like hair jewelry. I don't know the proper term. I'm sorry.
Like hair rings?
Yes. Is that what those are called?
There's
forgot.
hair rings, and then there's hair wire where you braid it in. Then there's hair
Then-
rings where it's like kind of like a pin, and you pin it into the hair when you braid it.
There's also cuffs.
Cuffs. Yes, cuffs. Yes.
Hey, one moment, guys. Sorry. My fire alarm is going off. I'll be right back.
Oh.
We're good, right? We're
Do I
good.
continue?
My dad is
Okay.
using the leaf blower on the fire alarm, so we should be fine.
What?
Just gonna put my headphones back on. Hi. Anyway, so hair jewelry, hair rings, very cool. As you
Hair
were
cuff.
saying, hair cuffs.
Yes. She's an artificer. I've given her kind of like steampunk-esque vibes. So she's got like belts. And she's got belts with like tools clipped onto them and stuff. Bracers that have little screwdrivers attached to them. Like Jegg said, she's just zooming.
As she is zooming on her way, making her way up. Aside from in the room being Small Fry is this tall tiefling, CHEEG's former apprentice. I believe it was stated that CYPHER is also in the greenhouse that evening, right, ALYCIA?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. As you are hard at work, sort of just overseeing everything, trying to speed up the process, I'd like a perception check, please.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, that is going to be a 17.
17, not bad. Despite the sound of Small Fry muttering, not to mention Double Fries, who is more or less stable in their current form, looking slightly goopy every now and again, but otherwise pretty consistent. Well, aside from their muttering, you do hear the sound of splashing. If you were to go over to sort of... Do we imagine there would be any windows down here, CHEEG? I know that, like, most boats below the deck in this time period maybe wouldn't, but do we imagine any windows down here? Any little things?
How is it? It's in the below deck area, the
Yeah,
greenhouse.
I sort of just... I mean, you tell me. It's up to
Um,
you, but I sort of imagined.
Yeah, so the
Little
greenhouse is
submarine
below,
window.
is below deck. There probably wouldn't be a submarine window there. But I mean, if that has been requested and or asked for, there can be.
Cool. So there is... Yeah, maybe CHEEG was working on some portholes, so we could figure out how to get, like, some actual sunlight. Or otherwise, who knows, maybe you want to put, like, a sunroof in at one point. You know, some glass up top to make sure that the plants are thriving.
Well, that was the point of the daylight. That's why I was.
No, real.
That's why I was concerned about it. But yeah,
Whatever you like best, absolutely.
there could be a window for your narration. Yes, there's a window.
Lovely, lovely. If you look outside, staring up at you from the water is a little fish. A little blue fish with yellow stripes. And it is staring at you with cartoonishly bulbous eyes.
Cypher will stare back. It's like a blinking contest with this fish.
I would like you to make a constitution check to see who blinks first. You were the fish.
All right.
Keep in mind, fish are not known for
See?
blinking.
They are not. But you know what? Cypher be stubborn.
Real. Ooh.
Okay, with a constitution, so that's +5. So that's gonna be a dirty 20.
Nice! Because, okay. Because fish don't blink, to my knowledge, I gave them advantage. Which is great, because one of the rolls was a natural 1. But the other one was a 9. And with a whopping +0, you beat things out as, miraculously, this strange fish blinks. You've gotta be killing me. You've gotta be kidding me.
The fucking dogs!
I didn't mean to make some waves. And you watch as they begin swimming away in the opposite direction.
Small fry. Perhaps I might be just a tad overextended here, brain-wise. Did you hear something by chance? Other than my screams?
What? Oh, I'm sorry. And both of the small fries look over at you. Small fry prime steps forward. No, not really. I mean, it's pretty quiet this time of night. If you don't feel good, I can keep going on my own. It's okay.
No, it's perfectly fine. I just thought the fish talked and spooked myself a little bit. It's fine. Fish don't talk. Do they?
I mean, well, I've seen rocks talk, you know. You were talking to a fish?
More like the fish was talking to me. I think I scared it off though.
Oh,
I
okay.
win. Back to back.
All right. Yeah. And you and Small Fry begin to continue the work. As this is happening, there's a sound as suddenly the ship shakes, as if something just rammed into the side of it.
DELPHI, you doing all right?
You hear the sound akin to hooks coming into the side of the wood on the side of the ship. As it
We left the ladder out for you. You don't got to put the boat.
staring through the little porthole as she does a quick little pull-up. We see a pair of yellow eyes and long red hair.
There you are, DELPHI. Oh, you are not DELPHI.
She looks past you, pointing.
Can I cartoonishly, like, close blinds to the window?
Absolutely. You close the blinds on the porthole. As you do so, we watch as, well, they begin to shake, and almost as if someone has just thrown something at them, you hear the sound of a little bottle breaking. We watch as the blinds dissolve via acid. Staring at the other side, we see the mermaid once again. Sorry. And she points past you to Small Fry. Are you the goo one? No. Cool. All right, I'm coming in. We watch as she starts to climb through. As this is happening, Delphi, you have just arrived at the ship on the other side, and you see your sister in halfway through a porthole, a tail not yet entirely formed into legs on the other side, and she's
Am
entering
I?
CHEEG ship. Yeah,
Okay, when you say I'm on the other side of the ship, like
like you were outside.
it's still in the water, or okay,
Yeah, it's up
still
to
in the water.
Still in the water. Yeah.
Delphi. She almost certainly goes over to the other side of the ship and starts grabbing at Cora.
Make a contesting strength check. All right.
Okay, hold on. Forgot to pull up Delphi's character sheet. So much tranced by the idea of roleplay, I forgot that sometimes we put the role in roleplay.
Oh no.
Okay, that's not bad. That is a 17.
Ooh, with a 17. All right. With a 17, you manage to pull back, as she only rolled a 15. And as you begin to pull Cora out, she looks down at you and frowns. Don't cod block me, Delphi. Come on. I'm just saying hi.
My God, what? You broke the window!
I didn't break
There
the
you are, Miss
window.
Delphi. Glad to know you're all right.
Hi, Cypher.
Hi, Cypher. I'm Cora. Can I come in, please?
Would you like to use the ladder rather than crawl through the broken glass? I'm terrified you'll cut yourself.
Oh, I didn't break the glass.
Safety first.
You'll see. And she pulls something off of her belt, and we see a military-grade plunger with the entire porthole attached to it. Here you go.
I need you to understand that this is worse.
But
Oh dear.
But you said I can visit. That was what you said. You said,
I
you said I
meant
can
you
use the
want to
ladder.
wait until
come in
morning
to the
and then
ship,
like get onto Sabrina's ship.
No, I think I'm gonna go to this ship. Cuter boys.
We'll make some tea. Yes, make yourself at home.
The moment to be a breaker.
As Cypher goes to put the kettle on, and as Delphi, you try your best to cope. Cora starts heading over to the rope ladder. I'd like to cut over to CHEEG's quarters as CHEEG. What does CHEEG's room look like?
CHEEG's actual room is a lot cleaner than the lab purely because of lack of use.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a bookshelf for bed. There's a desk with which is the only messy part of the room, just covered in like papers, different stuff, different things. And then there are like trinkets and stuff. I imagine the green. This is where CHEEG's been keeping the green gem, while on the ship.
Of course.
And then there's like other bits and baubles and trinkets from adventures.
Very nice. You're sleeping at this point because it is very late at night, I would imagine. Unless you intended to pull an all-nighter.
No. I mean, CHEEG's been working on projects all day and all fucking the whole time we've been adventuring, so probably not. No.
Absolutely.
Probably day in and day off.
Lovely. You're nice and cozy, CHEEG. As you're laying back, doing your thing, You wake to just sort of. Is Cheek sleeping like a bed, or is it more of a hammock situation?
It's probably a hammock because that takes less effort to set up bed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Your hammock is experiencing a slight shaking sensation. Off in the distance, you hear just a chuk, 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 as if something or someone is stabbing into and climbing up the side of your boat. And
Yeah,
that
fucking pirates this late.
you see rolling up to the bed the three little orbs that turn into Stingray, Glam,
Stingray,
and
Mary Sue, and Glad.
Mary Sue. Absolutely. Mary Sue looks up to you as the boys sort of cower behind her. Why
You guys stay here. And then I grab my rifle as any American would, and we're gonna go sort this out.
Absolutely. You get moving, and as you're battle ready for any potential pirates, I imagine, Cypher, would you keep the kettle sort of with your brewing stand?
I imagine that they keep the kettle away from all of the science experiments because I think at one point they had kept it nearby and accidentally drank a concoction rather than their tea and had learned their lesson.
That is so real. Okay. Well, Chi, as you're going on your way, at one point, you hear the sound of mugs being moved and the kettle brewing. And if you were to sort of peer around the corner, I imagine, assuming that there are seats and stuff in the area, you would find CYPHER, DELPHI, small fries, plural, and a red-haired girl with a really weird-looking fish on her lap. Oh, hey.
You know,
Hi, is this your ship?
yes.
It's a cool ship.
You know, if you guys are gonna have visitors over, you gotta tell me.
You know,
We
I planned on it.
apologize, Cheeg. We didn't know either.
I planned on informing everybody. This was supposed to happen in the morning, to be honest.
I got excited. I'm sorry.
Well, it seems like Cypher is taking over host duties. Um, I'm assuming that you're not here to blow anything up, steal anything, or anything like that. So I am too tired for this. I'm heading back to bed.
All right. You take care, Cheeg.
Oh, here, before you go, housewarming gift. They're gonna hold out, a little something. I kind of took one of your portholes off. I'm putting it back, but, make up for waking you.
As long as it goes back up there. I didn't see it, it didn't happen.
I'll see what I can do.
More formal introductions in the morning. I'll be back.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.
I
Oh, so, I know they said formal introductions in the morning, but what was your name again? Not you, Cypher, I got you. I'm Small fry? You don't look very small. It's been my name for a long time. Cool. Ooh, this is Gilbert. Cypher, you want to hold Gilbert?
Oh, sure. Hello, Gilbert.
I'm in too deep now. Hi.
Had to bring Gilbert along.
Gilbert needs
Just
to be
that Gilbert.
socialized, okay?
Okay.
You know he's got anxiety. Yeah. And Gilbert is kind of just vibrating in your grasp, Cypher.
I think Cypher is just stunned into like they're in the fawning phase. There's no movement. They don't know what to do at this point. I think they like briefly try to maintain eye contact with Delphi, as in like what do I do? But that's as much action as they take.
I'm feeling a little ill today. Anyway, sorry.
I'm not sure you are.
No, I'm not. Hi. This is nice. This is a nice place. This is how you've been traveling lately? I mean, Sabrina's ship is okay, but like,
No, I've been on Sabrina's ship.
okay.
As nice as CHEEG and everyone is, I do prefer my own personal quarters on Sabrina's ship.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, all right. Tell you what. I saw that you guys were working on a bit of a project in the other room. What's that? It's like you had like a greenhouse, but then I saw like a tank going on. That's the
Ooh,
what's
yes. We're building an aquarium. That way we can hold different types of creatures without getting Delphi to go scavenging for them every time we need specific ingredients.
okay.
I don't mind, but
I still feel bad. How many times have we sent you out into a storm to get ingredients? It's been more than once now.
I mean, do you think I just surface every time there's a storm?
Well, no, but I still feel bad, and it's surely going to be more of an inconvenience as time goes on, so this will save everyone some time and energy in the long run.
Oh,
Okay.
guys, it can be cute. Ooh, and then you know what? Hey, there'll be a room for Gilbert for when I visit. No, that's nice. That's nice. Doesn't that sound fun, Gilbert? I'm having a whale of a time. Good. All right. Tell you what, is it okay? I mean, do you need another pair of hands with that? It seemed like you were doing pretty okay, but I mean,
Um,
it would,
if you'd like to, well, we won't turn down assistance.
no, I think it'd be cool. Here, come on. You see, she's got a little belt with tools. She's got screwdrivers and all manners of things sort of just strapped to her body. Come on.
I think Cypher will gingerly pass off Gilbert to Delphi.
What?
Go continue working on.
I'm done enough babysitting of this bitch.
Okay. As this is happening, as you guys are heading off, Alicia, because this is your project, I'm gonna give you a bit of a fun opportunity here. Same sort of rules. Okay. Now, we have right here, without CHEEG, but I mean, you do have supplies and everything from CHEEG, so I'll still give you his extra +2. You have Small Fry, an artificer. You have Cora, an artificer. And you have Double Fry, another artificer. So, would you like to make a Tinker's check roll? Or would you like one of them to make it? Either way, there will be an additional +8 from all the people and the help.
I could roll it, but let's do this.
Absolutely. If you're not proficient with Tinker's tools, it's just going to be your intelligence modifier. +8, of course.
All right, sounds good.
Mhm. All right.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's pretty good. It said it's +8?
Yes, on top of your intelligence modifier and the number on the die. That's right.
It's gonna be a 31.
Ayo. All right, let's go. Very nice. Over the course of the next few hours of work, we watch as, surprisingly quickly, the glass comes into place. It appears to be airtight. And the greenhouse is looking very put together. Maybe you'll want to put some finishing touches, but the 3 days you thought you were going to lose just trying to get the tank stable before you went anywhere, that's all done.
Yo, we finished.
You
Yeah.
Cora's gonna wipe her
At
hands together.
last I can sleep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, you have fun with that. It was good working with you both. Or you three, I guess.
Thank you for your assistance. We very much appreciated it.
No problem. Small Fry just takes a step back. You're very, you're good with your hands. I mean, you have no idea, but thanks. What? Anyway, if you need help with anything else, maybe let DELPHI know. She can let me know. I'd be happy to come by. Sure. Cool. To date. What? We watch as Cora is going to sort of jump out the porthole. There's a moment, and then suddenly we watch as the glass comes back on as it's sort of screwed into place. And even through that, you hear a splash as she hits the water. Elsewhere
I
with
wonder if we should just turn that into a door.
CHEEG. We watch as Small Fry's gonna run out of the room. At this point, it's almost very early, and we're gonna dial things back in time a little bit to go see what some other people did at this point. But CYPHER, you are welcome to go to bed.
Cypher will curl up underneath one of the desks that are in the area, and they'll just go to sleep.
Nice. DELPHI, wherever you are, you hear Cora's voice through Gilbert as she sort of locks in. All right, you can throw Gilly in the water. I had fun.
Good.
Good.
I hope you didn't scare Small Fry too much.
I don't think I scared anybody. I was very helpful. You have a green room and a tank now because of me.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for your troubles, by the way, I left you something over on Sabrina's deck. You should go check it out.
Will do.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Throw my fish.
Yeah, DELPHI. DELPHI goes and she throws the fish. Genuinely just plop right into the ocean.
Oh, thanks for not using too much muscle.
Yeah. I think everyone would hear it if I slam dunked you into the ocean. So, nope.
Lie. And we watch as Gilbert swims away. While that was happening, Miss Gooman, I believe at one point you woke up and went to get. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I got some supplies. Is that right?
Yes. I want to go to is there like specifically like an herbalist in town or something?
I will say Gnome Depot does have like a, well, you know, they have their plants, they have their gardening department. But as for someone who is specifically focused on herbs, I'll tell you what. We'll make that happen.
Herbs
Absolutely.
and or mushrooms. Either or.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You're searching a little bit. And as far as in town and everything, it's a little difficult. But as you're sort of walking on the outskirts of town, where the last of the businesses are, make me a perception or investigation check.
Mm-hmm. Said investigation or perception?
That's right.
I'm gonna investigate. That's an at 20. Confirm that.
All right.
Confirm.
Lovely. As you make your way to the edge of town, just when you think you are out of luck, you notice something on the sand. You see crabs. Lots and lots of crabs. And they are crawling around, moving back and forth. It should be known that they are unusually coordinated. As you see them carrying what seems to be a bag, a very heavy bag. They are dragging it along the sand into the jungle. And as they move, you notice little green eyes. I think something in your bones just senses the druidic magic. And druids, they know their herbs.
All right, so they would have drugs. Okay, cool. All right. In that case, they're very clearly. All right, I'm gonna turn invisible. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself. And I'm going to follow where the crabs are going.
All right, lovely. As they begin to move, SQUO'MO, you find them as they are going toward the jungle. They begin moving down what seems to be a pit, a very skinny tunnel, but considering that the bag they are carrying is also roughly your size, you know that you can move through it. You're sort of going to have to army crawl, though.
Yeah, it's fine. I can do that.
As you begin to crawl, and you hear the sound of the little crabs moving, the further along you get, the more you begin to see light. Faint light, but light nonetheless. And eventually you recognize that they are going directly down with a sharp turn. With their little crab legs, they're able to crawl just fine. But if you go down, there's going to be a drop. What would you like to do?
In this time, could I like purposefully just investigate and try to figure out what is in the bag? if it is a body or it is
Absolutely. As you are moving,
other.
yeah, absolutely. Remind me, what did you roll previously that you got a crit?
Yeah,
I mean, was that
yeah.
investigation or
It was investigation. Yes,
Very good, very good.
it was not. It was investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. As you do your best to sort of get a vibe for it from a distance, it should be known that it does not. I know this is a bit more perception. It certainly didn't smell like a corpse. So, if there is someone in there, a someone, they wouldn't be deceased. However, as far as the shape of it goes, you're a human, you don't have dark vision, so it's sort of difficult to tell for sure. But the fact that
Fuck,
they
I
went
forgot
under the
about that.
cover of night, they're definitely smuggling something. You'd have to
Could
get closer.
I?
Yeah.
Yes. How heavy does it look?
Enough that there are about 30 crabs there. Not to mention others that are in front and behind, sort of guarding.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Could I attempt to would casting Mage Hand dispel invisibility, right?
You are concentrating on it, but that will not do damage to someone. So no, you could still use Mage Hand. Mage Hand isn't
Okay.
concentration, I believe. You're good. Yeah.
Okay. I have a Mage Hand because I do technically have a knife on me. I
Mhm.
wanted to pick it up and drag in, like, carry it very stealthily across the ceiling of the room, and then I want to just cut the bag a little bit to the point where some will spill, so then I can look at that
Ooh,
after they're
lovely.
gone.
Absolutely. Can you make a stealth check with advantage for me?
Huh? What is myself? That's a great. That's something I should know. Oh, okay, good. Mm-hmm. Cool. So I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go with the 3, and that's plus 0, so that's a 3.
okay. You you get the 3. As your dagger comes forward, with supernatural speed, you watch one of the crabs grab it. And suddenly you hear all of their claws snap as they turn toward you. There were about 10 in the back, not carrying the bag. We watch as, with glowing green eyes, they stare at you. And they slowly begin marching forward. What do you do? Keep in mind, they don't know where you are. They are staring in your direction because a knife was just floating toward them.
Yeah. Could I? Because they don't need to see me because they can still hear me. So, and because it's clear they're being controlled by magic. What languages do I have? Actually, that's a great question. No, it's features and traits. Background, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where the no proficiency and training. Swear to God. Anyway, I'm going to essentially bow and say, "Hello, I am here to do business with your master. I assume that you all have, accordance for that sort of thing. I am trying. So if you could please go and get them, I can wait here." And I'm going to try to persuade them to get their boss.
Oh, wonderful. All right. Make that persuasion check with advantage because that's real good.
Mm-hmm. I also. Mm-hmm. I can speak common sign language, dwarvish, and grung. So I don't think any of those help right here. It's gonna do common. Mm-hmm. Persuasion. That's a 2. That's a 1.
Wait, but 2, what's your persuasion modifier?
Plus 10.
Okay, 12.
So 12.
Okay. I'm so sorry, because that is not the DC. You do your little bow. Keep in mind, you're in a tunnel. But as you make your case, they stare at you. Keep in mind, once again. Now, you would ask, like, oh, they don't need to see me to hear me. But then you still bowed. Does that mean you dropped the invisibility? Or is it just you bowed while
No.
you were... Cool.
I just bow all invisible.
Okay, funny.
Obviously.
Great.
Sure.
I'm not a monster. I'm civilized.
Yeah, of course.
You can tell these.
Yeah. You watch as suddenly they begin moving. The ones that are bringing the bag down, they start doing that. The remaining 10 at the front stare at you. They begin making little crab noises. You know, that sort of almost like a spitting sound with their mouths. And we watch as they begin to rotate so that the 10 of them are organized, some walking on the ceiling, some on the walls, some on the bottom, and they begin moving in your direction menacingly. And you can tell their claws are pinching.
Is there any space in between all of them I could jump through?
I need to make it clear, jumping would be so hard at your current size. You're in like a little tunnel, you know? That would be with disadvantage for sure. I will say, I'm not going to stop you, but that is such a high roll. Yeah.
In that case, knowing where this is, yeah, I'll be able to do that later. Can I take a step back and cast Mold Earth to just try to close the cavern to some degree?
Okay, yeah.
So that I can just kind of step back out of it?
Yeah, you scoot back your body a little bit as you're laying down, cast Mold Earth, and you're good. You're good. You can escape. You're cool. You head outside, and as you make it out and you're able to stand up, you see where the pit is. And you can make a mental note of this. Maybe mark it down on a map. Cool.
I will return back to the boat.
Wonderful.
I failed tonight, but I will go back another day.
Yes, of course. As this is
They
happening...
will know why the SQUO'MO's big boot.
They will know. Quite well. Siren, is there anything you want to do, or are you just sleeping?
Is it still nighttime?
Yeah, I mean, we're probably about to
Then
transition. Yeah?
I'm chilling. I'm snoozing.
You're snoozing. Nice. All right. Everyone, feel free to take a long rest at this time. If you didn't use any resources, all good. We're not going to take our break just yet, because it's not 10 yet. So...
I think I spent money. Does that refresh when I sleep?
You spent what?
I spent money. Does that refresh when I sleep?
Your money does not come back when you sleep. I'm so sorry.
Did you have it in like a bank account?
No,
No.
no interest, no. I'm so sorry.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. The next day... Yeah?
None of us have bank accounts.
None of you have bank... I think...
Banks aren't real.
Okay. I will say, at least 2 of you here do in fact have bank accounts, whether you know it or not.
Not me.
Yeah.
I feel like you...
One of you definitely doesn't know.
The IRS is on your ass.
Let's see.
Heaven doesn't give out bank accounts.
There is a credit union. I mean, we've sort of established...
In heaven?
What was that?
Okay, so from my understanding, 2 of us have a bank account, 1 of us is a dragon.
What if one of us has a bank account and is a dragon and we don't know because only our dragon form has the bank account?
Yeah. The account number uses well, some letters, some vowels that only exist in the Draconic tongue.
Oh, I see. Okay, guys. Okay, I think we figured out how to find the dragon. Who speaks Draconic?
Well, someone does now.
Um, um,
Suspicious.
Mhm.
I didn't before I had the weird dream, okay?
Yeah.
Dragon!
Oh.
Anyway,
For the dragon. I'm sure that'll go well.
as we, aside from figuring out who the two wormlings are, you guys now need to figure out who the two bank account holders are. So that'll be fun.
Wait, there's two wormlings? Fuck! It's the people with the bank account. It's gotta be.
Imposters among you.
Who has the bank account?
I feel like CHEEG has to have a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom.
You know what? CHEEG seems like a financially responsible young person with a responsible family. I could see CHEEG having a bank account, but the rest of us?
Oh, at least one of you can't have
Are there-
a bank account. Sorry.
Are there underwater banks?
I mean,
There's riverbanks.
but
Okay, other one's gotta be DELPHI. I don't have a social security number,
You're
so...
talking a lot. Pointing fingers at everyone else.
this is like Among Us.
What do you
for-
mean?
You think the pirate has a bank account?
Maybe.
God, I love this. I love
More
this.
than the wild animal does.
What up? I'm back.
Besides,
Nice,
if
welcome
SQUO'MO
back.
has a bank account, SQUO'MO doesn't remember the PIN.
That's maybe.
That's true.
Liz might not. SQUO'MO might. Remember, I mean.
Sure, you can think that if you want to.
Yeah. Anyway,
You can hope it.
CHEEG. You wake
Yep.
up the next morning. If you were to open your door, you would see, sitting just outside, knees up to the chest, Small Fry, who looks at you with tired eyes. As you can tell, they did not sleep. CHEEG, what if how do you date?
Huh?
How do you date what do you do when you have a date, but you don't know how dating works? CHEEG. CHEEG, I don't.
You're asking the wrong person this question.
How do you?
But
That's the only boat I don't know how to build. The only boat that's definitely gonna sink. The only ship.
I'm sure you'll be fine. And may I ask who?
Cora, Delphi's sister, the mermaid, helped us finish the greenhouse and the
Oh, that was
aquarium.
real.
Yeah. And she was like, yeah, if you need any more help, you should let me know. And it was like, yeah, thanks. And she was like, okay, it's a date. And now I have to be ready for a date. I don't know how to do that. I don't.
So I do think that she's flirting with you. But
No.
I also imagine that you'll be fine.
Okay. What if it goes well and then I have to co-parent Gilbert? You don't know who that is. It's not good, CHEEG. It's not good. I'm gonna go have
Yeah,
breakfast.
maybe I should have let you get that pet dog.
The responsibility.
I have the best idea. You should go tell Mama Fry.
I'll... Oh,
Your your grandma. You should go tell your grandma.
I will. Okay. Okay, I will. All right, thanks, Cheek. Bye, Cheek.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking off, as they're walking off, Mary Sue is gonna tug on your pant leg.
What up?
What? Have you never been on a date before?
Not ones that I realized were dates until it was far too late.
Oh, okay. First, who's gonna go off? God. Everyone, it is a new day for travel and adventure and whatever you all need. You guys can get together at whatever point. Cheeg, you're first up because you're first in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you wanted to do today? Obviously, you're planning to go to Winterspire at one point, and you now know the greenhouse and the aquarium are done.
Okay. So we're going to Winterspire, and I guess I'll like coordinate with Sabrina to plan out like a route or something, and then start buying winter coats and stuff like that.
As you sort of plan that, and sure enough, it won't be difficult to coordinate with Sabrina. Delphi, I would imagine after the meetup with your siblings and everything, you probably let Sabrina know the whole plan to go see Mina's big thing, right?
Oh yeah.
For sure. Cheeg, you meet up with Sabrina, and she's looking over, and she is definitely suggesting that you folks go for the west side, as opposed to the east route. That should be good. That should be good.
I don't have any opposition. Any stops along the way that you guys need?
Delphi, do you want to share with the class?
Yeah. Part of the reason my sisters came to visit me was because remind me, Jegg, Mina's the
Yes.
youngest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stormina is the youngest. She is 15.
50, correct. At some point, could you just DM me a list of everybody in age order and their ages?
Yeah, definitely. It's
That I
actually
can
like that
send.
on the Google Doc, but I will copy paste that for you.
Google Doc? I'm sure I have that Google Doc somewhere. Sorry.
No, for sure. Yes.
My youngest sister, her whole thing is kind of like competitions, and she's in one along this route, and they asked they invited me and Sabrina and everyone else we wanted to go, and since we've kind of been a traveling party, I figured I'd invite you guys, and if you guys really didn't want to go, that would be where we would split up for a period of time. But
I'm not opposed to going. What kind of competition is it?
it's a tournament. I feel like I didn't get as much information as I should have. Was kind of still freaking out over the fact that they
like,
scared us.
well, I think partially it is a lack of explanation, a lack of communication on everybody's end. But yeah, we can get we could start heading out. When is it?
Jegg.
3 days.
3 days. 3 days from now. Should be.
Jegg, how long will it take to get there?
I'm so glad you asked. So
2 days and 3/4 of another one.
absolutely. So, in the same way that it was a very short trip to get to Verdasia, it just depended on the sailing conditions. Ultimately, 3 days could be just enough. Frankly, it should only take you 2. And that is, of course, assuming that you want to head to Winterspire right after. That would only put you back a day. So, it should be fine.
Okay. Let me make some calls, have some conversation. I should be able to get wheels up by or I guess not wheels, but keel? I don't know. I should
Anchors,
be able
maybe?
to yeah, anchors up by like midday, like probably lunch, and then we'll get it out.
Sounds good to me. Sabrina, is everyone going to be ready on our ship by then?
Won't be a problem.
All right. I will relay information about plans to the rest of the party members, particularly those that are going to be on my ship.
Mhm.
And then after that, I am going to I'm gonna go grab small fry from the diner. I'm assuming
Yeah, absolutely.
from Tavern.
That's good. Do we want to role play out grabbing small fry, or is it the sort of thing? Actually, I guess a quick question: is small fry staying here, or are you bringing small fry on your adventures?
Well, he's got a date.
He does have a date. You gotta bring him.
Gotta go to his date.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I agree. Yeah.
What I will phrase it as, I'll be like, you know, we're stopping by. What I'll say to him is, we're stopping by this tournament thing. Um, this tournament thing on the way to Winterspire. If you would like, we can get some advertising for the shop done. If you want to pack up inventory and head over, imagine there's going to be a lot of adventurers there.
Yeah. No, that would be great, Cheek. Absolutely. I can. Yeah, I'll get ready. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. As
Let me know if you need help packing anything up.
yeah, no, I
There's a forge on there's a forge on the ship, so you won't have to worry about that. If you have any scrap or anything any products that you're working on. But yeah,
yeah. Yeah, thank you. Huh. And they get ready. As that's happening, I will say, I know that Siren is the only person that didn't do anything last time, so I'm just gonna skip to them for a moment. Siren.
Oh, hello.
Hi. You got a new magic item last time,
I
and
did.
I wanted to discuss how we're gonna flavor that, because on paper they are like gauntlets, but I think you want to do something a little different with that, right?
Yes. I wanted kind of more. Okay. Actually, I did want to bring them as part of an idea for a project, probably either to CHEEG or to Small Fry. So I could roleplay that out instead, and it would make more sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, okay. Small Fry is getting ready and everything. You could totally bring that to Small Fry at one point. That would be over at Small Fry's shop. Or if you want to go to CHEEG, CHEEG's probably coming back from the diner at this point. So those are
I'm
your
probably
options.
looking for CHEEG.
Yeah. All right. You
I don't
find.
imagine I know that Small Fry is joining us, so it's probably going to take time. Makes more sense to go with Captain.
For sure. You run into CHEEG.
Hey, are you busy?
Not at the moment. I'm just gonna have just gonna have the spheres and get to work on starting to leave. Because we're Delphi's got this thing with their sister tournament thing.
Oh.
That we're gonna stop by for on the way. So I figured, why not? Why worry about bad? Why just we could just leave like today and not have to worry about awful weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Walk and talk with me. I have an idea. So,
Alright.
I got the sword recently. And then also the sort of armor thing.
Gauntlets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot to do together, and I have my trident, and it's a lot to focus on at once. I was curious if there was maybe a way to augment it, put like a 2-into-1 thing. Have you ever seen that? There's that one story where they have like armbands and then they can swing a blade out of them?
Yeah.
How possible would that be to make?
I don't imagine it'll be too hard. It'd just be taking apart the components of blades, splitting them into, and then fusing them with the gauntlets.
Would you like the job?
Sure. Gives me something to do on the way.
Delightful.
Very good.
Whenever I don't know if you have them on you now, but whenever you get them to me, I can start working on them.
Yeah, they're back at the ship. And I'm gonna put a little pep in my step using my wings.
Awesome. And I will walk with Siren to the ship.
Beautiful. You guys head over. As this is happening, CYPHER, it's a new day. You've got an aquarium and a greenhouse. That is incredibly exciting. Last night, you managed to make that doppelganger potion for... It's funny to call it a potion because it is like a living creature, but it also... Whatever the case, you prepared it. Very good. You can, of course, make 2 more potions for throughout the day today, and then, tonight you'll be able to make 2 over the long rest. But what are you getting up to?
I'm gonna start setting up some of the plants that I've got in the greenhouse and some of the creatures that I've got in the aquarium.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, just to sort of review some of the things you have, the Stardew leaf, leaves give a 1d4 bonus akin to guidance, but potions give a bless effect. And then let's see, what else have you got? Because we've given you a few fun things over the course of this. If you don't have all of it in your brain immediately, that's okay too. I just thought hey, we could talk about it, I know that the party, some people bought hibiscus and lavender and tomato.
If I've still got some of that LJ, I'd like to grow more of it.
Forgive me, it's not jumping to my brain immediately. Is LJ an abbreviation, or am I just brain exploding? Liquid flame!
LJ
No.
is what
Sorry.
the doppelganger is made out of.
LJ. Okay, let me pull up a little... Because you made a very nice sketch. Oh, yeah. We love the doppelganger. You've kept a small sample. Thankfully, this is an asexual creature that will reproduce over time. So just let it hang out there, and you can get some more little doppelgangers. They are difficult to sort of prepare, as we established last time. You had to take 2 attempts to get it perfect, but you did really well. All right. As you're getting all of your stuff together, things are getting more organized. It's looking nice. There's a lot of potential long term. And who knows? Some of the fish that DELPHI has gotten for you in the past, it seems like they'll be very happy there. In addition, you do have your tentacled friend who would probably be more comfortable over here than in the little container you had it in previously.
I'll put him in the bigger tank. He'll be the warden.
He'll be the warden. We watch as... Oh, you were saying algae before.
Yeah, algae.
Sorry, I thought you were saying LJ, and it's like, what? Got it.
Apologies. Apparently have an accent.
No, it's
The
good.
more you know.
The more you know, the more you know. Sorry. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, absolutely. You're getting all that prepared. Was there anything else for the time being? Aside from your warden, who's now in place.
Once that's set up, it's just making potions for the journey.
Beautiful. All right. Do you want more night vision or do you want more health potions? You can also do one of each.
I'm gonna do one of each.
Yeah.
Just because I think I do have a lot of health potions right now, but we're gonna need the dark vision one soon.
Very good, very good. Yeah. As of last time, I believe you ended off with, you now have 4 greater potions of healing, which is great. So yeah, if you want to make some more, you can roll for that for sure. Yeah, just tell me which ones you're rolling and then make that alchemy check.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do 1 potion of healing, 1 dark vision potion.
Mm-hmm. All right. Potion.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a 28.
That is a success for the potion of greater healing. Well done. All right, and then the night vision.
And night vision will be a 21.
Lovely. That is a success. So +1 potion of greater healing, total of 5, and then +1 potion of greater night vision. And I don't know how many you have. I can check later, but there we go. All right, now that CYPHER, you've made your potions for the day. DELPHI, was there anything you were getting up to project-wise before heading out on the new journey?
I mean, I think I gotta check what Cora left, don't I?
You do! Okay, you want to see what it was up on the deck?
Yeah.
Lovely. Now, what you see waiting for you, it has been sort of covered up, it seems, with some sort of, well, an old flag that Heavy was probably sewing. You pull it off and you see a waterlogged looking treasure chest. However, you know better, as whatever Cora left for you is certainly in the treasure chest. She didn't just give you money. That's not really her style.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it is locked. Do you have Thieves' Tools proficiency? You're a rogue, but if you don't, you can do Sleight of Hand instead.
Let's see what my sleight of hand modifier is. +7. Give me 1 second. Well, if I do, I'm not finding it fast enough for me to care.
Cool. Sleight of hand it is.
Yes. Well, not for me to care, but we're doing this live. We're not sitting here waiting for
Fair enough. Fair enough.
me. That is an 18.
Lovely. All right. With an 18, you are working at it on the deck of Sabrina's ship. As you're doing your thing, Heavy sort of comes up behind you. Hey, what you got there, kid?
Something from my sister.
You'll get it in no time. Don't worry about it. Just gonna give you a pat on the shoulder. You get a D4 from guidance.
Yay.
Yay.
I have thieves' tools, except thieves is in quotes, and I can't find if I have proficiency in it.
All good. All good.
Let's see. I'm telling Google to roll 1d4.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So +3, so that's 21.
Oh, beautiful. All right. With a 21 total, the chest pops open. You look inside, and first of all, it is just impossibly dark. Not a red flag at all. You find yourself reaching into this chest. To the surprise of no one, an item in a Jegg Minecraft campaign is bigger on the inside. As you're grabbing around, trying to find precisely what's in there, can you do me a favor and make a dexterity saving throw?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, see you next week.
Oh, okay. 15. That's how math works.
Beautiful. With a 15, you feel something sort of clamp your hand, but you manage to pull out of the way just in time. However, as you do, your reflexes make you grab for what you would imagine to be the wrist, almost as if you were going to flip someone over. However, as you pull it out, you find what appears to be a very large... It's almost like a prosthetic arm of sorts, but it's in the shape of a crab claw. And you would see within its grasp, it is holding something. You see a little note. Sorry for the scare. And a little face with a tongue sticking out. Have fun. Anywho, in its hand appears to be a revolver.
Oh, slay.
As you grab it out, this is a +1 weapon. You want to spin it in your hand. It's sort of got this coral design on the outside. Lovely. Feel free to add that to your inventory whenever you're ready.
Slay.
Slay. Talked to Siren a little bit ago. They're getting that thing with CHEEG. So, SQUO'MO. It's a new day. As you wake up and find yourself ready to maybe go tackle what you found with the rest of the party, you find something strange as you get up from where you were laying on the deck. Your little heat blanket from CHEEG and everything still there. There's almost an ectoplasmic residue that you find yourself leaving behind.
Oh, I had it with Dream, really? I thought I was old enough for this. Okay. Ugh, what is...
So you look down, you realize you are floating easily 2 inches off of the ground.
Can I look down to see if my corpse is there?
You
If
look
I'm, like, lifting above something?
you look down, expecting your corpse. You don't see it. You do see Gibby looking up at you. Gibby is also translucent and floating just an inch off of the ground.
They got both of us. I goomed too hard and too close to the sun.
Uh,
Scone will sit there for a bit, and then we'll go down. And fully, the first person that she sees will start just, like, waving in their face to see if she is visible and real.
I'm gonna say
That's the first thing.
Yeah, for sure. At this point, CHEEG and SIREN are probably getting back to the ship.
Mhm.
Hey,
Do
you
we
see,
see?
yeah, floating up to you all of a sudden, you see a translucent green SQUO'MO.
Oh, goodness. Are you sick?
Oh, you can see me. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not dead yet.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you get the snot versions of ghosts are the ones that are real. That's lame.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. Would you guys like to help me figure out where drugs are going?
I don't really have time.
What kind of drugs?
I do not know. It may have also been a person. One of the two.
Okay, are you able to float?
I think I can, like...
Like, speedily?
SQUO'MO has a fly speed of 120 feet for the rest of this session.
Delightful.
It's way faster than I could ever be.
I'm gonna grab my surfboard and go, we'll be able to do this quickly. We'll be back. I'll make sure she gets back.
Okay.
Look,
Alright, show me to the drugs.
Oh, you do not have to ask me twice. And SQUO'MO will start leading away into the direction that the crab tunnel was at.
as you find your way to the crab tunnel, SIREN, you see it. Sure enough, there is what seems to be a tunnel, and you see little crab tracks. However, it is small enough for a human SQUO'MO to fit through.
Mm.
You, of course, can change in size depending on the preferences of who you are with, or sometimes your own willpower, but that is just something to keep in mind. So, hey, SQUO'MO, how tall is SIREN at the moment?
Are you asking what, like, SQUO'MO's perfect type is? And, like, what...
It is dependent on what you see as beauty.
Yeah.
You would turn into just SQUO'MO.
If you said human SQUO'MO could fit through that, then if I'm SQUO'MO height,
You're just me. You're just SQUO'MO.
how tall is SQUO'MO?
SQUO'MO is SQUO'MO high. I
Sure.
am not sure. Oh, you look great, by the way.
I've got like I imagine the bottom of my hair is turning brunette.
I'm 5'2".
Awesome. Yeah. Do I look like you?
Well, I mean, you look wonderful, is what I should say.
It's kind of impressive. It's the first time this has happened.
Oh,
You are unique.
I'd say so myself, yes.
Mhm.
Anyway, could you come this way? Can I just float through it, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. You can just float through it if you want.
All right. If I'm floating through, I would also just make sure I mold earth just to sort of make it a more easily accessible tunnel, because I know it's just a straight shot down.
Absolutely. As you make your straight shot down, Siren, you can't just sort of surfboard through, of course. You know, you're on SQUO'MO's hands and knees, so to speak. SQUO'MO, you're not waiting for Siren, to be clear. You're just going down there.
Yes, but I actually got invisibility twice in a row, and I'm hype about it. So I'm gonna cast invisibility at 3rd level, so then both of us get invisible.
Mm-hmm. Nice. All right, absolutely. As you speed ahead, Siren, you realize you yourself are now translucent, at least to your own vision. You know that you're there, but for anyone else, you are invisible.
The ghostly is contagious.
Meanwhile, SQUO'MO, you go further and further and further. And as you go down, you find yourself in what appears to be an underground cavern leading up and back into the jungle. It's clear that due to the moist environment, the local river floods down here at a certain point. Going around, you recognize there are crabs, of course. You also find snakes. There are many different creatures. But all of them that you encounter as you're sort of moving around, waiting for Siren or continuing, is they all have green eyes. Not their natural eye color, but a glow to suggest that they are summoned.
I'm waiting there so then I can like physically what? You couldn't physically touch me. You could feel my ghostly goo. Sorry.
I
Of
can
course.
feel your goo.
The squall goo.
Siren, after a certain point, you have to drop down through a hole to exit. So just make an acrobatics or an athletics check on your landing at the bottom.
You're saying some of my favorite words there, Jegg Minecraft.
Ayo.
You said an athletics check?
Yes, please.
All right.
8.
You said you got an 8 total?
I got an 8.
Okay.
I have a really good modifier, but it kind of doesn't matter when you roll a 3.
So you drop down, and it is like falling into a mud puddle. SQUO'MO, you look down at your invisible self, and this version of you looks like such a wet cat, and you realize that's what you look like when you fall in mud puddles.
It's so gross when I do it. Ugh. You make me look good.
Thank you. I mean, you saying I look good. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. Also, do you see the eyes of all the little creatures, the critters?
Mhm.
Are they fucky to you as well? Are they just all green?
I'm assuming yes.
You look and you see up ahead, moving what seem to be a group of crabs with green eyes, yes.
Yeah. They're a little special.
They were carrying a bag of either drugs or a non-dead person. It was one of the two guaranteed.
Okay.
Not a doubt in my mind. Could you help me sneak past?
Hmm.
More so. We got this. Don't worry. So stealthy. Are you?
No.
Yeah, you're so stealthy. It's great. Can I float like over all of them and kind of
Yes.
I want to gesture like I'm gonna catch Siren on the other side.
Sorry. There's another drop and you want me to trust you to catch me. That's what I'm getting from this?
Of course.
Alright, yeah. Yeah. I'll jump towards SQUO'MO.
I want to make sure my goo makes it so your fall is slower.
Okay.
Like you're jumping through water in Minecraft.
Now, this is a much more open area at this point, at where you have fallen. And as it leads up toward, you'll eventually be at the top. For this little jump, that's an athletics check for SQUO'MO to catch. But Siren, I just need you to know that if SQUO'MO fails, you are now able to use your wings if you would like.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you know that you have a shot. But yeah,
Athletics, you said?
yeah. I can't stress this enough. You are a ghost. At this time, you're sort of in this little spirity form. I'm not giving you disadvantage because I think this is very fun. This is tough.
That's a 9. I rolled a 12.
Lovely. Siren, you feel SQUO'MO's grasp with your little jump, and immediately it's like a slip and slide. Do you catch yourself with your wings?
I would love to do the jump, but it's kind of jolts at her.
You could use me as a cushion.
Kind of. I want to only for 1 second have my weight on SQUO'MO and then jerk back and see the after effect. And go like, I don't think that's a good strategy.
It's a perfect strategy. It has never failed beyond this one time I've tried it.
So your voices,
Mhm.
your voices echo. And despite the
Can you go-
invisibility, the crabs are looking in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Uh, can I attempt to look a little bit?
Sure, you look. They're looking. In their little eyes, you can feel something or someone perceiving. Unable to see you as you are invisible. But you can tell it's not the crabs looking at you. It's someone somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay silent and not say a goddamn thing. And once there is an opportunity, I might just kind of take Siren and try to leave. Because we've gotten information.
Absolutely. They are going.
Could I do a perception check to try to look at them a little more closely?
Sure, perception, and then you could also do insight if it's just for their, it's up to you. Whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do perception because I said I was gonna do perception.
Mm-hmm.
Not the better skills. That's a 2.
Nice. The two, they're just crabs. There's something wrong with them, but these are just crabs to you.
Is there? Could I look?
Yeah,
Is there
go.
any?
Please.
Let me see something. Would I be able to cast Divine Sense without fucking with my
The invisibility.
visibility?
Yeah, because it's not a spell. Absolutely.
I'm detecting good and evil. I
Beautiful.
can sense anything affected by Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. I also would argue that because it says you can detect good and evil, perhaps I could get a magical vibe sense
Sure.
vibe check on the grab.
You get
Yeah,
a
what's that
magical. They are not fey, fiend, or undead, but you do get a magical vibe check for good. And I'm gonna say, as you are using your divine sense, you recognize something on the backs of the crabs that SQUO'MO did not. It's faded, but you can see what seem to be protective runes that have been painted on by hand, clearly, very delicate work. But they're protective against fire magic.
Okay.
Yeah, but you guys are going home with that if you have the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You can either follow the river back to the docks. Follow the river back to the beach, and then you're sort of walking to the docks from there. You could also follow it back to Paradise Cove. Or, Siren, you can fly up, force your SQUO'MO-shaped body back through the tunnel, and crawl all the way back to where you were.
Let's just walk down the beach.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about what you found for a moment, or
Yeah, I think Siren's still confused, so it's like, so they had a bag.
Yes. And then they brought it, and there was drugs and a person who was alive
Okay, so you said
or unconscious.
earlier,
or
you
dead.
said they had drugs or a body. Now you're
Yes.
saying they have drugs and a body,
Well, it might be
and the
both.
body's alive.
Well, the body was maybe alive. They weren't like dead, you know.
When
like,
did you see?
last night at like 2 a.m.
And how much had you slept?
Quite a little bit for him.
Okay. What were you doing out at 2 a.m.?
I was looking for drugs.
Okay. Well, I think this one's gonna remain a mystery.
This is a.
When
This
we
is-
come back, we can see if we find them again.
It's a crack in the case.
Yeah, I'll take a note, and I'll make sure to keep it very safe.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when you do look like me, you're stuck in my short legs.
Yes.
as you two walk back, begin your little journey? I think about there is where we're going to take our break. I waited a little bit longer since we started a little bit later. Do we want to come back at 10:40?
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you in about 18 minutes. Break.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yay. As we are returning, SQUO'MO and Siren, you folks are heading back to the ship.
Mhm.
Ben, are you working on the gauntlets, or are you just doing prep for the trip?
I imagine most of the stuff is handled by them, but I also don't imagine this is a project I can get done.
No, for sure.
So mostly it's just I've disassembled the parts.
Yeah.
That's about it.
No, absolutely, absolutely. You've got that set up in your lab, and otherwise, I like to imagine Mary Sue and their brothers are running around, excited to be back on the sea. At this point, Small Fry has gotten back. I imagine that Ryder and Heavy probably went over to the docks at one point to get supplies. So you guys will have plenty of rations for the journey ahead. Do we want to set the scene with SQUO'MO and Siren sharing anything about what they found, or do we think they're going to keep that to themselves?
I know that at some point, when SQUO'MO is not near and not listening, Siren will sort of whisper to Jegg, she's not well in the head.
Was that not? Sorry. Was that not the assumption?
It just is clearer than ever. Maybe early onset dementia? There's a chance. Probably just a bit of maladaptive daydreaming. Do you want to say that for the mic and not just whispering?
What are you talking about? Mm-hmm.
Someone's whispering about drugs behind me.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's kind of weird that you would hear that. Maybe you were right in the head.
On the subject of drugs, well, Siren and CHEEG are having this interaction, and SQUO'MO's whispering about drugs. Did SQUO'MO want to check out the new greenhouse by any chance?
Sure.
Lovely. I'm just going to ask. And this is going to be unlike other things that I've done where I make you roll. I'm simply just going to ask you. ALYCIA? Does the greenhouse have weed yet?
Yes.
Yes. SQUO'MO, they're not shrooms, but there's something.
SQUO'MO will sort of like nod appreciatively, but not touch anything yet.
You don't want to goo it.
I'm not booming on anything currently.
CYPHER, standing in your greenhouse, you would see a floating, translucent SQUO'MO.
I think CYPHER rubs their eyes, thinks that they haven't gotten enough sleep, and proceeds to crawl back to their little nest underneath the desk. Go back to bed.
Beautiful. As CYPHER goes to their nest, SQUO'MO does that. At one point, Sabrina, probably with DELPHI, comes over to your ship, CHEEG. All right. We've got everything prepared. Do you need anything else before we go?
I don't plan on picking anything else up.
Okay. Let's see. All right, I guess we can just set sail.
Oh, has Small Fry gotten everything situated with him yet?
Oh, and sure enough, we see standing in the doorway at the little huff, bag on, just straps on the shoulders, just this huge thing. Small Fry is waving. Yeah, no, I have here. All right, a little bit of space. They move over to the side, press a little
Awesome.
button on their strap. A shop a one-person shop sort of pops up with little shelves and bags and a counter right in front of Small Fry.
Nice.
Thanks. I did not sleep.
Well, you got plenty of time to do that on the road.
Great. All right. I guess I'll just yeah, get to it. Oh, DELPHI, what is your sister like, by the way? Gora, I mean.
You know, like, she loves basically anything she can tell was handmade. She likes collecting things.
Would you say that she's got gadgets and gizmos aplenty?
Yeah.
Would
Dare
you,
even say who's its and what's its galore.
You want thingamabobs? She's got 20. No, who cares? No big deal. She wants more.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. You watch they press the little button, the bag comes back into place. They head off because they would have an area on CHEEG ship. All right. Assuming no one needs anything else from the docks. This is above table. Party, are we ready to set sail? Or
Yep.
I
Yes,
Yay! All right. Assuming that ALYCIA agrees, because they are muted.
ALYCIA does not have a choice anymore.
All right. Yeah, CYPHER's sleeping. It's okay. CYPHER submitted to this. All right, I need someone here to make the first survival check. This will impact the direction of your journey.
is it just survival or is it like just a luck check?
So, it is essentially a luck check, but I let you guys use the survival because it's sort of the weather. You know what I mean?
I'm lucky.
Are you?
Very, yes. Of course.
I had her roll a cookie run thing for me earlier, and it was so duty ass. I had to take a screenshot of it. It was
I've been having okay rolls, and I have a +3 to survival.
I don't know what my plus to survival is right now, but it's probably not positive. So
All I'm going to say... Okay. Not to be biased, but keep in mind that you guys you get to make one roll, and then like for the rest of the journey, wherever you're going, it has to be a different person. So
I'll start. Don't worry. I got it. I have a +0.
cool.
Benny is officiating the roll to make sure.
Mhm. Okay.
16.
legal.
That is a success, believe it or not.
Awesome.
With a 16, sunshine and a solid breeze for the first day of the journey. You are not impeded. You are not behind. You don't get there early. It's just middle of the road. A good day. During your first day of travel, would any of you like to make training rolls? You can also work on any projects at this time. We would just,
I have the gauntlets to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. So describe what you're doing. I know we've already discussed it a little bit. You have dismantled it and you're essentially putting it into what exactly?
The goal, I'm going to turn the gauntlets themselves, because these are the gauntlets of giant strength.
Yes, they are greater gauntlets
Or-
of giant strength. Yes.
I'm going to turn those into essentially like gold bands that have like a little button on them, and then that's where the flame tongue will come out of, in sort of like a close range like trident thing, but like as a fist weapon, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Like a mix between a guitar and a trident.
Interesting. Okay. I originally, and this is just the picture in my brain for a split second there, but I thought you were about to describe like flame style Wolverine claws. You know what I mean? But nice. Okay.
It's sort of similar, but not really.
Absolutely. A guitar, you said? I have pictures of that right now. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, no, I fuck with that heavy. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. This is going to be a check with your Tinker's tools.
Alright.
Do you have any reason that you would roll with advantage? You do have the option to get small fry, although I do believe this first state is small fry catching up on sleep.
I am gonna let small fry catch up on sleep because I have a +10 to this. So
No, absolutely.
unless the universe really wants me to not make this, I don't think that we will have any issues.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, the DC is going to be 20. Make your roll.
All right. And that is going to be a 24.
Beautiful. 24 is a success. So, just to describe the current shape of the item, got these cuffs. They've got buttons. When you press them, the blades come out. Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's like near the wrist. It's almost like like the way that you would hit the button is almost like a spider. Sorry, web shooter.
Hey, I love that. Absolutely. You're real for that. Cool. So, Benny, to describe the item for you, instead of having two different items taking up your attunement slots, you still have the strength bonus. So this brings your strength up to 20 if it wasn't already. And you have that use of action surge once per short rest with it, on top of your normal action surge. When you press the buttons, until you turn them off, you're going to get 2d6 fire damage on your strikes. So in addition to the damage you're already doing. Does that sound good?
Yippee!
Yippee! Yay! Nice. All right. Feel free to take whatever time you need to write that down. Ben, congratulations. That was absolutely a success. It's a good project.
Also,
Nice. Now that Ben has done this, Cypher. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh no, I just wanted to
Yeah.
transfer my feet as well. They go in whatever order.
Sure, I appreciate
It's all
it.
good.
All right, Cypher, you have already rolled for your potions before you guys left. Is there anything you would like to work on? I will say if you want to gather materials for anything, or if you want to train for anything, you absolutely can. You can also do research if you'd like. You have your book.
Yeah.
That is what I'm referring to. You need to rack up your hours to, get the bonus to your charisma long term. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my homework, my study homework to get the
Beautiful.
charisma buff.
All right, very nice. Now, you do not need to make a roll for it, as you folks may recall. In exchange for this special item, the potion of doppelganger that you made for Small Fry, Small Fry gave you a tome of leadership and influence. The way it works is if you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, your charisma score increases by 2. So, over the course of today's sailing, keeping in mind that you'll take some time to sleep tonight, how many hours do you want to invest in your reading?
I think all of Cypher's free time today goes to reading this book.
Okay, absolutely. Ben, you're the captain. What time do you think you set sail that morning?
I imagine it's actually like in the more towards like the middle of the day. Um, considering everything that we got done.
Of course, of
Um,
course.
so I would be like it would be like 1 to 2 o'clock in that area.
Okay, absolutely.
Almost like late checkout at a hotel.
Makes sense, for sure. All right.
I also messaged Tilly to let them know that I'm leaving.
Beautiful.
I'm no longer on the island.
Tilly wrote back to you. Got it. And you see there is another mark for Donnie's inevitable arrival. Alicia, if you spend the
Yeah.
next 8 hours doing that, that would be until 10 p.m. If you want to do it
That
further,
works.
yeah, for sure. All right, lovely. Cypher, you spend the first 8 of your 40 hours working, just reading the book. All right.
That's good.
I know the yawn is not diegetic. However, I love to imagine that it is. Because, God, that's a lot. Studying for 8 hours, that's horrible. College students in the chat, I'm so
Full
sorry.
shift at work.
Full shift at work, no! All right. With 40 hours to go on that quest, and I'll mark that down. Delphi, you are up next.
I think I've been working toward the crossbow, being able to use that more efficiently.
You were studying for the accurate feat, I believe.
Yes. I knew it had something to do with ranged weapons, and that was what I remembered.
That's great, baby. Yeah, you have your first success as of last time.
Yeah.
Feel free to make another check. You roll with advantage because CHEEG has a range set up.
All right. What am I rolling again?
It's essentially rolling as you would to hit, you know? Just firing with your crossbow, yes. Although you do now have a revolver if you want to use that instead.
Sorry, I don't have either of the attack modifiers written down for this.
That's okay. Revolver.
Guessing it's.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Dex plus proficiency +1. And then the crossbow is also +1. So
Okay.
Dex plus proficiency +1.
Alrighty. I'll say let's try the revolver so I don't pull that out in combat and it like blows up on me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh hell yeah, that is a nat 20.
Very
for a
nice.
total of 29. And I will proceed to roll a natural 1 on my next roll.
Beautiful. With a natural 20, I'll count that as 2 successes. Very solid.
Oh, yeah. I mean, technically, I didn't roll at advantage, but I don't think I'm going to top a nat 20.
If you roll another nat 20, I'll give you 3 successes.
I cannot do that, but you know what? Nope, that's a 10.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Delphi, you are doing quite well. Your accuracy is getting better and better with each shot. You're more of a melee fighter, but this is good. All right. Siren.
Hello.
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 Okay. You've got your new cuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to continue training with your unarmed strikes?
I would like to speak to Delphi.
Delphi, it is as you are at the shooting range, you see the revolver smoking, and it kind of smells like fried sushi for some reason. It's as you are having this realization that Siren comes up.
Hey.
Hey. Jegg Minecraft, not to steal your narration, but I would love if this conversation did not happen on CHEEG ship.
Oh. Delphi, after the
Actually.
sushi realization, you head back to your ship. And it's as you're there that we see Siren comes down like the angel that they are, landing on the ship.
Quite the
Delphi.
entrance.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like... I would like to talk. I would like... I might need advice. We're somewhere casual, but maybe a little private.
Oh, I mean, if you only want a slight chance at getting interrupted, Sabrina and I's quarters, nobody's gonna walk in if that door is closed. They're gonna get, like, they're gonna be like, huh, Sabrina's definitely, doing captain things, but nobody's gonna walk in if that door is closed.
I mean, if you're comfortable with me there.
Yeah. I mean, it's my room, too.
As we're, like, walking there, so how did you and Sabrina meet? What was that like?
Jeez. I was above water. Wasn't really supposed to be. Given I'm a mermaid and all, but I was playing. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry. I wanted to had to double check the backstory real quick.
That's so real.
But play. Yeah, I had been poking my head above water. Probably a little too close to the beach. Definitely could have turned out much worse at any point in time, but luckily I met Sabrina. I hadn't quite figured out the whole being able to be human yet. So I found her just fascinating, honestly. That's kind of how we started out. We were both like I was like, "Oh, you're a human," and she's like, "Oh, you're a mermaid." And what's the turn of phrase? We got along like a house on fire, I think is something I've heard you guys say.
Okay. So you kind of both approached each other and were mutually interested. Do you normally approach first?
Is this still about how Sabrina and I met? Or what do you mean
Well,
approach?
okay, I have a lot of experience where I go in, I on instinct am flirtatious, and if people like it, they like it. And from there I can gauge, and I've sort of toned that down because not many people were responding to it. And so I was like, okay, I will be there wasn't like overt reactions. So I'll be cordial and I'll make friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
I but there might be something, and I'm not sure how to open conversation after this point. Like, do you think Cheek likes me? Like, yeah, okay, so they got me a gift, and I was thinking about it, and I think it clicked too. Well, it kind of did click, but I was also kind of passing it off. Their dad made a reference to like having me over for family dinner, and I was just thinking about the visit we had to the docks where it was just the two of us, and it was like pretty nice, and maybe there's something there, but it's kind of like, I don't know, Cheek doesn't seem to be the in front of your face kind of person, and I don't know what to do in those situations very well.
I mean, yeah, you and Cheek spend plenty of time together.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you think something good could come of it, go for it.
What if I scare them?
I mean, how could you? Like,
Like if I approach and just like, do you like me? Plus, oh god, having people not approach me can be tough because being with me is like signing a contract. There's a lot of things you have to be on board with up front, and there's like a whole conversation. And, like I'm able to very normally have casual affections with people, but then like relationships can be more complicated, and then we've gone through this whole song and dance to establish, yes, I like you, you like me, but now we gotta talk through this, and then maybe that's not how you see yourself going, so then I've made a good thing awkward. It fucks things up sometimes. I really don't want to make things awkward. I'm kind of planning to be on these ships for a while, and I'm having a really good time with it.
hmm. I mean, absolute worst case scenario, you have to spend the time on Sabrina's ship instead of Cheeks.
True.
And you don't have to come off so bluntly. This doesn't have to be your opening line is, do you like me? I mean, you still seem a little unsure, so I'd say go and feel it out a little bit more.
I should do impressive things in front of them. That would help, right? It often helps.
I suppose. I mean, everyone's different, right? I mean, I didn't have to impress Sabrina, so to say. And it sounds
Yeah,
like, honestly,
because you're already impressive.
odd. I mean, I'm just a pretty average run of the mill mermaid. Um, I don't think you have to make moves to be impressive if you think CHEEG is already interested in you.
Hmm.
I think it sounds like your main worry is making things awkward with everything that comes with getting with you. I'm assuming you mean with what is it? Sorry, no, that is draw blanking on the union. I can't just say the union.
Honestly, the union works.
Okay. I'm assuming that means you're talking about everything with the union and whatnot. I mean, it seems like CHEEG's pretty okay with it. I mean, we kind of had that slight introduction. Everybody had that slight introduction when we all met Darla.
It's less about the fact that I'm working on that and more I'm heavenly bound to be polyamorous. I can't stop my duty of spreading the truth of the holiness of affection and spreading, I can't stop what I do to be in one relationship. And so, because I don't know how long I have here, so I have to spend all of my time doing as much as I can, which is why most of my situations are casual, because not everyone really is down for their partner to go out and have casual sex and, I don't know, build other people's spirits up through intimate measures. It's not exactly chill with everyone.
Right.
But I can do my job without being romantic with people, but I also couldn't just stop.
Mhm. I mean, have you talked to CHEEG about, the idea of polyamory in general, not as in like asking CHEEG
No.
outright? Okay, so you're making assumptions.
Like, well, how do you just so polyamory, am I right? Like, it's not exactly a get to know you kind of question. It's kind of a get to date you kind of question. I haven't asked or done many of the. It's
I mean, as I said
I'm
before,
better
you
than
don't have to be blunt like that.
I swear I'm more charming than this. I've just been shaken. They're really cool.
No, I'll give you that. They are pretty cool.
And their mom's really nice. And I would hate to fuck anything up and then become a bad person in a story their mom hears about,
Right. So you've met the family. And
Some,
we're
yeah.
worried.
I asked their mom where the brothel was.
And you're worried about asking CHEEG about polyamory.
I was also worried about that, to be clear.
And did the world come crashing down when you asked their mother about
Practically.
brothel? Is that what you're shaken about?
No.
Okay. So the world didn't come crashing down. You were just a little embarrassed after.
I don't say just a little embarrassed, and being embarrassed is not one of the worst things.
Couple of things worse than being embarrassed.
I
Dead, for
haven't
instance.
That's not that bad. You go to heaven.
Publicly humiliated by getting teased for asking about where a brothel is.
It's worse than any stab wound I've ever had.
It's worse than embarrassment as well.
But that is embarrassment.
No, there's an extra layer to it though, right? Because I'm under the impression,
Well,
if
yeah,
it
okay.
goes
So you're saying
badly enough that
extreme
you got
embarrassment is worse than embarrassment? Yeah, and extreme death is worse than death.
I'm saying embarrassment because you asked an embarrassing question, but everybody else was like, "Oh, okay. Like this is you're asking about the location of somewhere is better than the embarrassment of getting pointed at and laughed at by an entire restaurant." They're both still embarrassment, and it obviously seems like they are pretty equal in your eyes. The situations, I mean. But at the end of the day, you walked out of there and you were the only person who really thought twice about that.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, asking if somebody's polyamorous, if you bring it up casually enough, that doesn't have to be a dating question. That can be a get to know you question. If you can phrase it asking about CHEEG's past, or if you can phrase it, or if you can bring it up in conversation about yourself in a way that kind of opens CHEEG to add something in about their background. Those could be ways to do it without being overly obvious. That it's information for yourself for a specific reason, rather than
So,
just
like, if I bring it up to the group, I've got it. Okay, this was great and twofold. One, you do have some good advice. Two, I have thoroughly made a fool of myself, and I have to get my pride back as the angel of affection and prove to you that I am suave and charming.
I've seen you be suave and charming, Siren. You're
No, but I have to prove it to you again.
Hey, you're the angel of affection, not the angel of asking somebody out. So
Same thing. Part of the process.
I mean, you've made it very obvious that asking somebody to be in a romantic relationship is very different than just being casually affectionate with somebody. That is your entire problem here.
Yeah.
And hey,
Well.
if you do bring it up in a group setting, I'll be sure to help you out.
All right. I should head out before we start too many rumors.
If somebody goes up to Sabrina and they go, "What's up with Siren and DELPHI?" and she goes, "Huh?" They're gonna know I'm not doing anything. She knows how to gut a fish, is what I'm going to say.
I can see why you like her. And I will wink at DELPHI and head out.
As you head out, leaning outside and walking into the room, we see Sabrina. You're already in the room.
Siren wanted to talk someplace private.
Oh, okay. Are you still talking?
What, like to Siren? No, she just walked out.
Good, good. She's gonna close the door to the room, and I think that's where we're gonna end that scene.
Gay people.
Gay people. So anyway, SQUO'MO. Miss Gooman, what do you need to get up to during that first day of travel, if anything?
I'm gonna focus on getting that war cleric, or not the war cleric, the warcaster.
Right, absolutely. Feel free.
By having
Yeah.
Frog, by having Gibby turn into all. Nice. The butter's done. I'm gonna grab it in a second. And the essentially I'm gonna have them fly around me, and I'm gonna try to react to them by swatting with just kind of prestidigitate, just to make them just to paint them or something. And that is what I'm doing. What kind of check is that again?
So I just want to double check. Sorry, what's flying around you? Because that part cut out a little bit.
Sorry, I'm having Gibby become a bird.
Yes! I love it. No, absolutely. I understand now. Yeah, please make
Mhm.
a check. You're going to use your spellcasting modifier, I believe. For this one, just because you don't have someone going against you, you are sort of having your familiar do this and everything.
Mhm.
Nice. And this was for Warcaster, right? Yes.
Mhm.
Beautiful. You've got this.
Slow, fast. Okay. Really. Stop. Please.
There's a lot of technical difficulty.
It's okay.
It's just five. Yeah, obviously it's +5 because I'm intelligence caster wizard. That's a 7 total. I got the
I don't know if it picked up. It's a 7 total.
No, I heard that.
Okay, you're
That
just
was
giving it
my
air.
little. Sorry, it's just she failed last time too, so this is. Oh, okay. SQUO'MO, you're going at it, and you're doing your best. The big problem is you're not really yourself right now, so even as Bird Gibby is going at you, making contact is just getting slime Gibby slimier, and it's just creating more slime, and now there's just slime all over the deck, and it's very unfortunate. Some of it's getting in the water, and it's just sitting on top. That can't be good for the ecosystem.
It's fine.
Like, you don't feel like you're locking in SQUO'MO Gumin. But if you want to keep trying, there will be other days.
Mm-hmm.
One
I'm
day,
gonna sit down for a while.
you gotta sit down. You've gotta harness your goom.
Yeah, centralize the goom,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Gotta homogenize.
I'll tell you what. Because everyone else got to do their cool thing, and because you failed last time, why don't you give it one more roll, and we'll say you have advantage because this is your familiar helping you.
That's a 15 in total.
Nice! That's a success. Very well done. At one point, just as Gibby is going in, and then flies back, you sense your opportunity. Using your reaction, what spell do you cast?
Specifically, I want to dilate time so then it just starts moving slower.
All right, let's go. You know what? Just to be clear, you were casting dilate time at the creature. So now Gibby
Mm-hmm.
is moving slower. Yes. Very good. We watch Gibby's wings flap in slow motion. You're learning. This isn't something you could maybe do on command yet. You're going to have to keep working at it, but you're getting better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all I'll do for today.
Beautiful. I will mark that off as a success on Warcaster. All right. With that, as we end one day off, for the simplicity of the long rest, and I will throw up the... Oh, you know what? I need to switch to the ocean. You guys have been on the ocean. No more beach. There we go. Anywho. CYPHER obviously will make 2 potions for the night, as CYPHER tends to do. Is there anything you folks need to do that evening before we move on to the next travel day and the survival check that needs to be made? Because don't let me stop you from doing any roleplay outside of your training. You are welcome to. No conversations need to happen that night? We're just gonna move on?
I have an idea, but I think it's better suited for the second night.
Very good. Fair enough. All right. So. Cypher, Alicia, do you know which potions you'd like to make for the long rest?
Just a healing potion and a dark vision for now.
Absolutely. Cypher, after a long day of studying, you get ready to prepare your potions. As you are doing so, I'd like you to make a perception check for me.
A perception? Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna be an 18.
With an 18, as you are moving up to your stand, you hear the sound of a tentacle. You look up and find the warden hanging on the ceiling, having left the tank and watching you.
I don't know if the ceiling's a safe place for Mr. Warden. I'm gonna try getting him off the ceiling.
You sort of scoop your octopus off, and it's strange. It's almost like holding a cat, the way they just sort of cling to you. They tilt their head at you.
Alright, they wanna like watch what I'm doing. Maybe I'll like set up a little station where they have some water where they can safely watch.
That's nice. They sit back and watch you. And as you are getting ready to reach for a vial, suddenly a tentacle reaches out, passing it over to you.
Anyway, thank you.
They
Getting
nod.
rather good at this.
They seem very happy as they sort of bring their hands, or well, tentacles together, begin to rub them. As the little warden has become a lab assistant, I'd like you to make your alchemy
Yeah.
checks with advantage so long as they are here.
Oh hell yeah. Thank you, little warden. Alright. First one's 25. And the second one is a 22.
Beautiful. All right. You get an additional potion of greater healing, 6 total now, and you have another night vision potion. Well done. And from the looks of it, a new friend.
Yay.
Yay. All right. No one else has anything to do during the night? All right. The next day begins. I need someone other than Liz to perform this survival check to see the conditions of your trip. If you are successful, this will be the last day before you arrive, meaning you arrive a day
Like-
before. Yeah,
I can do it.
you can do it. All right.
Alright, best of luck.
You got this survival check.
That's a 9.
Success. Woo.
I'm good at these things, I swear.
You're so good.
I'm just a little distracted.
Oh, pom-pom, no bites.
Bite, 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 bite.
Don't encourage him, Benny.
Always.
Sorry, Benny. You said that you haven't rolled yet, or you're about to roll. Sorry.
I rolled a 9.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Mhm.
I I thought you heard that, and that's why we were reacting.
No, sorry. I received a message that I was reacting to. That is, well, also not a good react. All good, all good. The joys of being a DM. Message from one player, poor roll from another. It's always exciting. All right. Folks, with a 9, the day begins and the clouds are dark. Furthermore, you feel a light drizzle coming down. Winds aren't very strong for some reason. Just strange, because you would think with a storm it'd be the opposite. It's just sort of underwhelming. However, a lack of wind means you are moving much slower than usual. So, if you don't figure out what to do about that, well, who knows? But it's unclear if there's a storm coming eventually, or if this is just a dead day on the water. Aside from doing your usual projects, is there anything any of you want to do to look into that, or are you just going to let it be?
Maybe
imagine-
just tie things down just in case, and then I'm gonna go read my book.
I'm gonna continue to train, just because I'm getting closer. There's nothing else I can really do.
Okay,
I will take the bait and look into the storm.
cool. All right. Anyone else? We're all good?
I don't know that I
Yeah.
know much to help with, but I will make myself around in case anyone needs help.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm just
But I-
gonna work on tying things down for the possibility of a storm, and then I'm gonna go hide and read my book.
Real. CHEEG?
CHEEG is going to see what we could do about how slow we're moving, because the best way to avoid the storm, other than fortifying, is to just not be where the storm's going to be.
Absolutely.
Personally, I imagine like the reason we're trailing so slow would be more of like sorry. I'm trying to think of what could be done about this.
If your boat had some sort of engine, that might be one thing. Because the sail's not moving.
Mine does.
That's true. I wonder what's going on. Would you like to look into the engine to see if there's any way to boost things a little bit? Because the
Yep.
sails, absolutely. All right. CHEEG, your boat has a sail, obviously, for steering and everything. But usually, the winds themselves are enough to get you by pretty well. You do have an engine.
Mhm.
And I think we've established you've done a little bit with the engine that Heavy gave you at one point and incorporated that into your boat. Is that correct? Or have you just been cool?
I'm pretty sure that I was planning on reverse engineering it and getting parts. So while there hasn't been parts that I think I've taken from that engine and put into the thing, I do know that the engine is clean, and I think it needs a power source in order to work. Um, but I also know that instead of taking parts from that engine, I simply improved parts of my own engine rather than slotting in the new one.
Very good. You know that you can push the engine that you have a bit harder. Similarly, with Sabrina's ship, it can hypothetically go a lot faster than it has been. You would probably imagine that, if anything, having it at a lower setting, as you do, or well, as Sabrina does, is for the convenience of staying on pace with you. So, either you push your current engine as far as it can go, and that'll sort of make up for the loss of speed, or maybe you make some improvements using more of the technology you have.
Oh, okay. I want to roll a spell jamming. I want to roll a spell jamming check. Let's try it.
Let's go! All right. Spellcasting ability modifier on that spell jamming check.
All right.
OMG, Spelljammer mention?
Hello? Do 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 do
I don't
do.
know why I'm looking like I don't already know what the number is. That is going to be an 18 plus 4.
Beautiful. With 22 total, CHEEG, you lock in. We watch as your eyes begin to glow. And the engine begins to glow. As you focus on pushing your ship and its speed, we see, even with the lack of wind flow, it is moving forward, moving further than it has before. Over on the other ship, Heavy sort of nods, and locking in herself, we see a bit of a glow beneath her eyepieces. And both ships begin to push onward. They're warming up, but if you are all set to attempt to push through before this storm comes along, then fantastic. Very good. All right, CYPHER. You tie everything down. How many hours do you want to give today? You can choose when you woke up, and you can say how many you want to give.
I'd say that Cypher got up pretty early this morning. Say maybe they got her up around 7 o'clock.
All right, nice. And how long do you want CYPHER to study for?
I imagine that tying everything down probably took about 5 hours,
Okay,
maybe less.
sure. We'll say that Small Fry, no longer stuck resting, probably helps you out quite a bit. So I'll say 3. Give you a little more time to yourself. So you're done by 10.
Okay, and then they'll stay up until about 11.
Okay, nice. CYPHER, you spend the next 13 hours studying your book. Not bad at all. All right, all right. You are now, forgive me if my math is bad, you've done 21 out of the 48? Yes, very good. Every day, CYPHER gets sleepier and sleepier. Something horrible will happen.
Maybe.
Oh, all right. DELPHI, you are investigating for the storm.
You're
Are you investigating below or above the ocean?
think I'm gonna go with below.
Makes sense. Sounds about right. Delphi, as you dive down, what sort of check would you like to make?
What are my options?
If you're looking for something magical, Arcana. But if you're assuming that this is non-magical, you could do investigation.
Mm. I'm gonna go with, man. It's my investigation. No, my investigation and my Arcana are even.
Nice. All right, then pick one. You got this.
Sorry, I should have said something before I rolled. I did want to go with Arcana. That's a 13.
Cool. With a 13.
Cool. Sorry.
No, it's okay. As you search the depths, it should be noted that any fish in the area are swimming not just away from your boat, but back the way you came. Some of them even passing you by. And as they are doing so, I have to ask, have we discussed whether or not Delphi can talk to fish?
I don't believe we have.
You are a siren, so I would imagine that you have some sort of speak with animals at will when it comes to sea life, but I don't know if that is something that is on your sheet.
You haven't noticed there's not a lot on my sheet that should be there, but that's not even true. Let me see. Additional.
I mean, just as far as our siren lore for this story goes, siren being like the type of mermaid, not Siren, our party member. As confusing as that has been for my thumbnail maker, Ari Arson.
Shout out to Ari Arson, he a real one.
You're a real one.
I don't have anything written down on my character sheet.
All right. Do you
Can
want to
I
be
be
able to talk to fish?
I want to be able to talk to fish.
All right, I'll give it to you.
Yay!
There'll be Yay! There'll be a horrible cost. The cost is that you have to talk to fish.
Oh, slay.
Slay. I love the idea. God. Gilbert already spoke to CYPHER. But CYPHER used to be an animal. It was just CYPHER and Delphi. So I love the idea that like you're cursed to understand the animal language.
That's the real reason CHEEG thought that they were that they were genuinely asleep and dreaming the encounter with Cora because we were all speaking fish.
Well, I'm going to bed. Introductions in the morning, yeah. All right. You're swimming past. You hear the fish mutter amongst themselves. Okay, I hope we left soon enough. I don't want her to be mad. Okay, go, 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 go.
Delphi, with all of her fishing ability, just grabs one as a way to stop them.
Oh God, no, please.
Who you guys talking about?
Who wants to know? I'm sorry, don't eat me. Tempestara took the winds and told all of the fish to get out of the deep. We're relocating to Lagunia.
Sorry, what was the name again, Jegg?
Tempestara.
I recognize that name, don't I?
You do.
Yes, yes. Sorry.
If anyone
Give me-
goes further north, they're going to
Yeah.
get shot with her divine lightning. I don't want that. Let me go.
Delphi says nothing else, just releases the fish. The fish do anyone passing kind of any fish passing kind of just hear muttering about a temper tantrum.
God. Where do you go with this information?
North.
Oh.
Sorry, was that was
No, that's good.
I
God.
was gonna say, sorry, did I misinterpret did I misinterpret what I heard?
All right. You go further and further north. And the further you swim, the darker the sky above becomes. Well behind you, the party is moving forward. And as they are attempting to escape whatever storm may be forming, it seems more so, CHEEG, that you may be heading for it. That said, with DELPHI, you eventually find yourself surrounded with pitch black ocean water. You hear a voice. Her voice. Well, well, well. So you are taking a break from locking lips with the landlubber, huh? That's nice.
You guys can't call her that.
What are you doing, DELPHI? Heading home?
No, I was gonna go see Mina's little tournament thing. You're making it a little hard.
You were. Oh, you care about what the family's doing? That's nice. Nice change of pace.
I mean, I was. Well, first of all, me and my friends got the shit. Well, no, not me. My friends got the shit scared out of them. Sorry, Jegg. Remind me which sisters were there.
Marissa, Narissa, Selkie, and Cora.
I mean, twins, Selkie, Cora. I had my friends, acquaintances, friends. We're gonna go with friends. um, scared of mom, basically. um, and you don't know actually. It's I've kind of been making my way around the islands. It was on the way. I have the time. The people I'm traveling with are cool, so I figured I'd stop by.
Right. Okay.
And like I said, you're making it a little hard with the weather. You doing okay?
I'm fine. So you're bringing all of them to the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, they said they wanted to go. More people to celebrate Mina.
DELPHI, you wouldn't happen to know anything about anything happening on the island? Rumor has it there have been some pretty big changes recently.
I mean, I know the captain of the other ship I'm here with had kind of started managing Paradise Cove.
I don't... Sorry. I don't know enough about the islands and their people to know Paradise Cove, Delphi. I just want to know that you haven't been getting involved in anything out of your league.
I haven't come across anything I haven't been able to handle.
All right. If anything dangerous is happening, I don't want to know that you've brought it home with you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. You may pass. Immediately, everything gets brighter. It's easier to see again through the magical darkness that had come around you. But you don't see your sister. Wherever she is, she's long gone now.
Nice seeing you too. And Delphi's gonna head back to the ship.
Nice. Delphi, you head back, and CHEEG, all of a sudden, there's wind again. And wind in your sails, plus the engine working and being pushed a little bit. You're making good time. Who knows? However this tournament is happening, you may be there by nightfall. So, a day in advance, and then some change, which is nice. Delphi comes back as Siren. As you mentioned, you sort of made yourself available, but the sky is clear once more. Since it's your turn to do things for the time being, and I will say, Delphi at this point, the rest of your day can go unimpeded. Delphi, Siren, SQUO'MO, did you guys want to make your various checks, or did you have anything else you want to do during this daytime segment?
No, I'll just make my check because I can't exactly help with, dealing with a storm
No, for sure.
for the moment, especially in my non-corporeal form.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a 17 on the die.
Beautiful. Another success. The Gibby bird sort of splits at one point, diving at you and then coming away from 2 points. You are successful. What kind of spell do you cast as a reaction? You can choose one of the targets.
Can I change the actual color of it by just basically dyeing it with prestidigitation?
Beautiful. Like a paintball. Blam!
Mm-hmm.
What color instead of green?
I'll make the other one a sort of yellowish orange.
Beautiful. You get that sweet yellow-orange color. The two Gibbies meet back in the middle and stare at each other. With that, SQUO'MO, I will mark down another success for Warcaster. Is for Siren and Delphi.
I'm just gonna make a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I roll while SQUO'MO was while you guys were? Because I rolled while Liz was taking her turn.
I don't mind. No, absolutely.
Okay, slay. That is another nat 20.
That's crazy.
Trust me, I know.
That's crazy. No, because you don't roll well.
No, I don't. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you already had a success inaccurate from last time. Okay.
I can re-roll the dice if you want me to.
No,
That's why.
no. I mean, like, hey, that's one. You had a nat 20. You had another nat 20. It just means congratulations. You have accurate.
Yay.
Yay. So when you roll advantage with an attack, you roll an extra die. Very good.
Yeah.
Siren.
I will get that from you after the stream.
Nice.
Sorry.
All good. It's okay. Siren Twinkshine.
Yes.
It seems that the storm, rather than getting stronger, is dissipating, and the clouds are totally gone at this point, just fluffy and white. What would you like to do?
I would love to go around spreading the good word of hang out tonight, advertising cards, finding someone who has cards. And there's like a kitchen here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say there will be snacks.
Wonderful.
And then after I've gone around, I've proselytized to as many people as I can. I'm gonna go start working to probably catch some fish to try to make food out of.
Nice. If you are catching fish, I will say you've got two people in the party, CHEEG and DELPHI, respectively. Not to mention Heavy, just all with ways to catch fish. But if you want to do it on your own, that's totally cool.
I gotta organize my party.
Of course, of course.
My party, my responsibility.
Heavy can use the net thing that she made for DELPHI, and sure enough, bam, fish for days.
Bam.
As you're organizing your party, I will say, for everyone in the call, it is 11:58. So if we want to do this party thing, this session, we can. And Benny, if you want to do that, we can. Or we can hold off for next week on the execution. What are you feeling? What is everyone feeling? Because I don't mind, but
I don't
down
mind
for
either way.
whatever.
nice.
I still have some energy.
Nice. Alicia, you
Let's
cool?
go.
Are you cool to
Oh,
keep going?
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Alicia, you are muted, so I don't know if you're here or not, but
Alicia's been yawning all session.
I am physically here. I've been mentally gone for a while. I am so sorry.
no, that's okay. That's okay. Let's see. Alicia, would you want to just like step back while Benny's doing like their hangout scene that they're doing? Because if you need to
Yeah,
get a rest,
that's
you can. Or
cool.
yeah, very vibes.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, we'll make sure you get your rest. That said, if the others are good to go, yeah, Benny, would you be cool doing this if you still had everybody else?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Assuming that this little hangout scene is the last thing we do, Alicia, you do have my permission if you want to get some Z's to step off call if you want to.
Sounds good. I'll take off.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you for
Bye.
playing with us, Alicia. I am just going to
Good
take
night.
a moment to put the little exclamation point AAA party to remind all of you, you can check out Alicia's Blue Sky. So that's going to be Logical Pine over on .bsky.social. But yeah, Siren, you organize and get ready for your get-together, your hangout, your party this evening. As you are doing so, you get cards, you get plenty of fish. Is there a theme?
Hanging out.
Hanging out. Everyone finds themselves with a card.
A what?
everyone find themselves with a card? Because I thought you were doing like little cards to be like,
No,
hey, hang out
playing
tonight.
cards.
Oh, you want playing cards? All right,
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
No
That's what I
invitations
was.
necessary. You just spread the good word, as you put it, of course.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, then, yeah, you have playing cards. I assume that
Delightful.
delightful. Everyone accepts. Small Fry shows up, as well as Sabrina, Ryder, Heavy. Everyone else, I assume, is on time, including Ectoplasm
Yeah.
SQUO'MO. Yeah.
I'll show up a little bit late, but I'll show up.
Nice. All right.
Is there any alcohol on this boat
CHEEG.
for free use in the kitchen?
CHEEG.
You said free use. Hmm.
Yeah, I know there's personal stashes happening.
It's definitely a personal stash.
Oh wait, are we still on the docks? Or no, we left. I'm insane. Never
No,
mind.
yeah.
Gone from the docks for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'm insane.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We should have planned a party on the ground.
Yeah, I'll provide.
Nice.
Oh,
All right. And CHEEG provides you with the alcohol.
I do. I've got like a. I'm in my head. I'm thinking like a avocado and salmon salad thing. You know, like one of those baked salmon, mix it up meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just kind of card games by low light. And Sirens keeping conversations moving about like stories from people's past and like, you know, just general conversation of like, oh, have you ever done this? And, you know, like getting people to talk.
For sure. Do we want to roleplay that out?
Anyone got a story to tell?
I mean, well, it does depend on your definition of the story. Do you want to hear a true story or this more of a scary story kind of thing?
I'm open for conversation.
Let's see. As everyone's sort of looking at each other, we're in the really awkward stages of the hangout. Ryder. Ryder is gonna scoot forward. Before I started sailing with Captain Sabrina and the crew, I was at an orphanarium and I was abducted by pirates. I don't remember a lot of what happened, but that's how I lost my eye. I didn't know if it was a fun fact thing. I don't
I mean, information is information. I'm sorry to hear about it.
yeah. Ryder's gonna scoot back.
Everything about my character.
I try to deal a little bit of poker to get the vibes better.
Yeah, you guys want to like make some checks, roll some card checks, maybe? Would that be a vibe?
Please.
I'm suave. I'm suave.
Are we just like flat rolls or?
Now, I mean, if you're proficient with cards, you get to add that, and that'll be, it can be your dex, it can be your intelligence, it's whatever you want.
Can I, as the dealer, roll performance to see if people are having a good time
Please do.
to make it a fun experience?
For sure.
I got a 10.
What was that, Liz?
I got a 10. I rolled
Okay.
a 5 on the die.
Nice.
You are poisoning the air around me, stealing the hope I have.
I rolled a 9.
All right, Ben?
That is going to be a good old-fashioned 9. I didn't add dex or anything. Was I supposed to add dex?
You can add dex, absolutely. Add or intelligence. If you're proficient, you can do your bonus.
You're proficient
I
with
am
cards.
not proficient
Oh.
with cards.
Wait, I can add my dex just for funsies?
Yeah, you add your dex.
Oh, slay. That's a 14,
Wait.
actually.
Much better.
We can also just add our decks.
Are
You
we
guys can add
adding
your
our
dex
dex
or
for
your
no
intelligence.
reason, or are we adding our dex if we're proficient
Excellent.
with cards?
You are adding your dex no matter what. But if you're proficient with
Okay.
cards, then it's proficiency plus dexterity. And I also let you guys use intelligence instead of dexterity if you'd like for cards.
And I rolled a 13 either way.
So that's 213 so far? Is that about right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would
And
that also mean that I would get my proficiency bonus on top of it?
if you're
On top of
proficient,
intelligence? Yeah, and
proficient?
yes, I'm proficient with cards.
that's
Yeah, I
true.
use cards.
That's right. That's right.
Um,
So you get like what, an 18?
Yeah. So in that points, I would be 13.
No.
So I rolled a 5 and then
No.
plus 5.
I was at
Every-
14.
We have a
One
okay.
4 from me.
Oh. All right. Hey, Siren, how was your performance check on rolling to have people have a good time?
10.
Nice. So
You're laughing. I'm fumbling and you're laughing.
I need it to be known that I picked out a die and I started rolling for the NPCs, right? So I got a 1, a 7, and a 13 without modifiers. But the 13 with modifiers, if we're using Dex, Delphi, I think Ryder is going to beat you.
I let him.
But I still need to roll for Small Fry, who is also here. So,
Okay.
okay.
I mean, if Small Fry rolls lower, I think we let Ryder win because he killed the vibes. I'm not gonna let him walk away feeling bad.
Murdered the lives.
Murdered.
What was I supposed to follow up? Yeah, so I lost my eye to pirates, guys.
Just like, damn, you're gonna say that in front of your fucking
Okay.
captain?
Alright, well.
So,
I don't know. Womp womp, Ryder.
listen, they're doing their best. So anyway, I gotta beat a 20 as Small Fry.
Ugh.
All right, Small Fry.
Wait, sorry. He rolled a 13 on the die?
13 on the
With a
die
+7 dex?
as a +4 dex, and then
Oh, he's
proficiency.
proficient, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
No,
this guy's insane.
no. That'd be crazy. I wish.
We're taking him on every journey.
Yeah. I love them. I got it. Hands up. CHEEG, your kid got a nat 20. I know they're not literally your kid, but I think of them as your kid.
Probably adoptive. Not like legally, but
No, yeah, pretty much. Like they
It's
grew,
a vibe.
every other way.
they grew up with you as a parent. All right, that's a crit. Not proficient in cards, but with that intelligence modifier, yeah. All right. I don't know anything about blackjack. Benny, how did they win?
I thought we were playing poker.
They were playing
Yeah,
poker.
all right.
I don't know anything about poker. Ignore the fact that my parents worked in casinos. Benny, how do they win?
Um, um,
Oh, you don't know poker?
I know so much poker. Don't there's
They got the Binding of Isaac Joker, which turns all of
I want
your
a banana.
your-
I want to pull,
your
can I pull a
time
banana out of my hat? Can I pull a banana out of my hat and set it on the table in front of my cards?
Hmm.
so that's plus 15.
Mm-hmm.
The banana is destroyed.
It just gets evaporated.
Um,
I'll take it.
full house is a good set of cards. Someone gets a full house.
So, guys, I don't. Is this good? And Ryder pulls it out, and then Ryder looks over, and sees just right there, small fry. I think I win. That's fine.
What?
I cannot win. Would you like me to not win? I lose. Sorry, God. No, you get it. You win.
Awesome. All right. I have
Good
a fun game
round.
to play. Let's play a little
Any of you
game
guys
I
got a
like to
fun
call
mount rule
Kings. I have we could do that, or I have a game called King's Cup. Who wants to play King's Cup?
I'm in.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'd
sorry.
like to play. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good to me. Right, kids? All right. What's King's
Just
Cup?
know what I'm giving you to ingest is perfectly safe. What it is,
And then we'll push.
insanely alcoholic.
Oh, I'm in.
If you would not like to do that, don't
Sure.
drink it.
I have nothing better to do.
And then so I will then go down into my stash and grab something else, another bottle of sorts. Basically, the way this works is we go around in a circle, we keep pulling cards, and whoever pulls a certain card has to drink the cup. Isn't that fun?
Do you need a cup? I have a really good one.
Sure.
I put my chalice of the gods.
The chalice of infinite water. That one? That cup?
It's called Chalice of the Gods.
Yeah. No, it is a gold
Yeah.
chalice that says "Stay hydrated" in Celestial. Because Benny got a bad roll on the fine.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's just a cup.
Yeah.
okay. I will pour a bit of my concoction into the cup. All
Don't
right.
call it concoction. That's worrying.
It's perfectly safe. All right, so let's roll, guys.
All right.
How do you want to do this, Jegg? Do you want to do lowest?
Hey,
lowest
guys.
luck roll?
Yeah, I think everyone needs to roll a d20. It's the lowest roll. That sounds great. I've got 4
flat
NPCs in front of me. I gotta roll their dice.
I got a
flat
15.
Yeah.
I lose.
No! No, heavy! That one.
I rolled a 2. I'm safe.
Oh. No, I love her.
I rolled a 14.
So who rolled a 1?
That was heavy.
Awesome.
I'll do it.
Is there a secondary stat that you want to apply to luck?
No, I
Or are we
think
both drinking?
you got a nat one too.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. No, we're locking in. All that matters now is our constitution. Heavy looks at you. All right. Well,
Oh wait, I'm a goblin. I have proficiency in con. I have proficiency in con save. That's good.
Let's do this. All right. Ryder, you're like a grandson to me, and a granddaughter, and a grandchild all into one.
Sorry, do you think this is gonna kill you?
DELPHI, you keep Sabrina happy, and I'm really glad. Really
It's
glad.
probably not gonna kill you. It's,
Boy.
Oh, and
I don't know.
and everyone
I
else
mean,
here.
alcohol is technically a form of poison, but it's not. It's a fun kind.
Indeed.
Best of luck. All right, let's do this.
Roll the
Spark Jordan.
16 plus 4. I pray that's enough for whatever DC you've set.
Oh, that's not her die. All right, my green D20. It fell off. All right, it's on the wall. Let me see.
On the wall?
Wait, first of all, you said that your con save is a 16 plus 4?
Yeah, I have proficiency with Constitution. With
your
con
con-
saving throws.
Is your con
Because of
mod
Goblin.
low?
Yes, yes, it is very
Oh.
low.
Oh, okay. Didn't you get that?
It's very-
I'm just gonna give you this opportunity. It is good. It is good. I could have sworn you got an amulet of health at one point. I'm sorry about that.
I must have forgotten about it because I didn't remember.
Okay.
So let's say she forgot for now, and then after this unfortunate occurrence,
So you put the concoction in your mouths.
imagine every Four Loko flavor at the same time.
If it's
It's
every
the
Four Loko
flavor.
flavor at the same time, then that means I'm using my worst DC.
It's the flavor.
Okay.
It's the flavor.
CHEEG. Ben, do you know who Salad Fingers is?
No.
Say?
Okay. I need you to look up Salad Fingers on your phone because that's what you see as you take this. And as you look down at your hands, that is what your fingers look like.
Sorry. Let's pause.
Mhm.
What do you think being drunk is like?
No. This isn't about the drunk. This is about the concoction. I know that it's not like
The
being high.
concoction just has alcohol.
Yeah, but you drank it out of the chalice of the gods.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, you may have only put alcohol in there.
I put something else in there.
I don't think I like that very much.
So as you look at your long fingers, you got a 20, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 10 on the die. And then her con modifier is pretty good. Okay. Not bad. So this rounds out at about 16 for Heavy. Heavy's going to walk over to the edge of the boat. Look out. She looks up at the moon and she just kind of reaches out for it. As if she
It
could grab
should
it.
not be this bad. It's like half of the cup. It should not be this bad. With a 16, that's what it's like.
You got it, 20. You're not dying. That's the big thing.
I'm talking about heavy with a 16. It's half a cup
Listen.
of maybe 20%.
It's half a chalice.
I can't stress enough the chalice.
Oh, it's that bad.
It's a large chalice.
It's a large chalice. She steps back.
Heavy?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
For the record, I'm going to look at my fingers and say that's a weird cup because for the record, this isn't that bad.
Is there any left?
You want to drink it?
No,
I kind of want to try.
There's none left in my. Actually, there's a bit left in my cup.
Do you want to take another sip, CHEEG?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'll slide it over.
Siren, you make that con save for me.
Yeah, Constitution, no
Mhm.
problem. No problem. One momento. Constitution 16.
You look up at the moon. You see it? It's smiling at you. Can you scratch my chin?
That is interesting alcohol.
Reach up and scratch my
Yes,
chin.
I would like to be clear. Nothing I put in that cup does that.
Okay, that must be the cup.
Ooh, can I take a sip? Can I take a sip?
Sure, SQUO'MO.
Who are you? You're not speaking with an accent.
That is sound good. I want cup drink.
Oh,
Oh my
Allison.
god. Oh my god, SQUO'MO's accent, Scott.
It's gone. It alcohol
Has she been
fixes.
faking the voice?
It fixes everything. Always. All
I'll
right.
pass you the cup.
What is my con save? That's a good question.
Sophie leans over to Sabrina and just, neither of us are drinking from that cup, right? Like,
No.
somebody here's got to be okay.
No.
Good,
That's a
good.
17.
Just checking.
Was it with a 17? SQUO'MO. You look out at the water. You see, coming out of the water, a dolphin. The dolphin stares at you and pulls out a switchblade. And sinks back beneath the depths. Everyone else, you see that too.
Oh.
That is
Oh,
some
yeah, that's
hard.
Henry.
That's pretty good.
So,
Alright, this made me flashback to a video I saw. They were showing a London gang on scooters
Oh no.
because it's hard to get a driver's license in the EU. It's harder to get a driver's license in the EU because, well, they don't need them. So, just driving around on the scooters.
God.
Anyways,
No, that's very good.
after a bit of the laughter has contained itself, so Sabrina and Delphi are dating. Any other romantic escapades to speak of?
Small Fry is immediately covering their mouth. I had just forgotten. Oh, okay. No, I'll be okay.
Oh, there's something. There's something.
I am married to
You're,
grind.
you're gonna be okay. Don't worry about it.
There's something to be said.
Well, I might have to. Well, it's Delphi's sister. She, well, she, asked
You
at
haven't
my
gotten someone, and
date.
it's terrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how to parent a fish.
Oh, is she asking you to?
that, from what I remember, that is the least terrifying thing.
You haven't met Gilbert.
Gilbert is a character. He's just a silly little guy.
You can
I
always
don't know what to
negotiate.
do.
You can always negotiate, especially I'm assuming this is her fish?
Her familiar, yes.
Oh, well, the familiars take even less. You can always talk about that when you have discussions about like what a relationship looks like to you. You can be like, "Hey, by the way, I don't want to be the father to your fish." You're allowed to set that boundary.
It's not that I don't want to be the parent to the fish. It's what if I'm bad at it? I didn't really have parents other than CHEEG, and I don't know if I'd be good at it.
And I'm a stellar example.
You are.
Totally.
You are.
Cheek's your parent.
Yeah, I mean, well, I didn't really have. No, I was alone. You know, CHEEG took me in, taught me everything I know. Yeah.
That's sweet.
I don't. Anyway, but yeah, got a date at some point, so that's fun.
You'll be fine.
Interesting. Anything else to speak of? Any past?
Escapades?
Any stories from the road?
Let's just say these muscles do a lot of good.
Oh, certain.
I think there was a person one time.
You think?
Yes. I am like 60% sure.
Like you didn't know if you were in...
Do you also have that? That's awesome.
Sorry, like you didn't know you were in a relationship, or you don't know if the memory is real?
That's a good point, actually. It may not be real. It's fine. It's just, like, you know how sometimes...
That's probably my thing is. But
Because, like, I think it happened to me somewhere in the middle of the journey.
Okay.
Because I'm
Yeah.
from what's the country I'm from again?
Russia.
The Hoppian wetlands.
Yes, the wetlands from like the far east across continent. And so I traveled just, a tiny little bit from there to here, and I think it might have happened during one part of that.
Okay. And CHEEG, you aren't sure either?
Well, it's not that I'm not sure. It's I wasn't sure until it was far too late. Most of the time.
I see. It's like it could have, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How about you?
Well, I've got stories. God, are there any of them I can tell? There's well, so it's kind of the opposite issue. There's a lot of opportunity. I've
Well, it wasn't a lack of opportunity. It was more a lack of direction, I guess, for me. I have a lot. I have a lot going on in my day to day.
Right. Yeah. It's just sort of like this is what I do to my day to day.
Yeah.
I genuinely, in my mind, I've kind of cursed myself in this situation because I've not written an actual situation describing an ex-lover of, or a past lover of Siren's. I've written her 2 sisters and no ex-lovers.
I mean, hey,
Make one up.
there was a
See, the
situation.
problem is the only thing that's coming to my mind is that they're in love with Darla.
That's fair. You know,
We'll just say I tell stories about interesting people I've met. We'll say it happens. This is D&D.
as you're sort of talking and sharing a bit, Ryder sort of looks intrigued. So you kind of see a lot of people, don't you? I mean, what do you call that?
Oh, the like multiple people at once.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, polyamory. Or there's a couple terms for it. I prefer polyamory
Okay.
or open. If you had like a distinct relationship, you could call it an open relationship.
So do you... How does that work? Is it like you're all... Are there like different levels of partnership, or are they all the same?
Yeah. There's like, you can be like life partners where you do all the things that like married couples do together. You could just be like there was this one polycule I was with for a short time where they all lived on the same ship. And there was the main couple who had started the ship, and they were life partners, and they were married, in fact. And then each of them had a different partner that they still made like some life decisions with, but a lot of it was centered around their what was it, nesting partner. And then like I was kind of just there casually. So it's kind of it's there's different roles, and when you have like a couple, you can play all those roles to one person, or you could spread it out. I remember once I spent a lovely 2 weeks with this couple where one partner was not interested in anything sexual, and the other was very much interested, and so the other partner was allowed to go out and find that sexual experience with other people, but not romantic experiences, just pure sexual.
Okay, that makes sense. That's interesting. That makes you happy?
I like seeing people. Yeah, I'd like beyond the physical aspects or the romantic aspects. I'd find people really interesting. I've met a lot of very interesting people through this.
That's good. Ryder
Thank
sort
you.
of nods and sits back.
Could I insight check around the room?
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to make a roll.
Yeah, 24.
Nice.
Anyone like those ideas? Anyone
I think
approve?
heavy...
You see a flash of realization dawn on Cheek's face.
I'm married to grind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I know you were flirting with me.
Sabrina just kind of stares at Delphi for a long time, leans over and kisses her on the cheek. Heavy looks at you with like a level of like, no, I get that. You kind of get the implication that like the vibes that she probably does the same thing, to be honest.
Mhm.
Or maybe did once upon a time. She kind of...
He's hopped around and joined people's polycules for a couple of just for a
Yeah.
little fun.
Just for a little fun. It should be said that both Ryder and Small Fry are like very much like, they're like older teens and everything, but they don't have any experience with anything, really. So they're just kind of learning. Does Delphi look a certain way? Draw just while we're getting everyone's... I know SQUO'MO's, married to the grind, as we put it.
Amen.
When Sabrina kisses her on the cheek, she kind of moves to lean on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
They've had their conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Can I drink more of the chalice?
You drink, make another con save.
Can I grab that before that happens, actually?
Yeah. Yeah, your hands meet with Siren's.
Fuck you, Jegg Minecraft.
Why don't we try a regular cup?
It's not bad. My cup's just a little special. It's not bad. Plus, I know it's not real, so can't hurt me.
That is a good way to think about it. Pass cup? What?
I take my sip first, and then pass it to SQUO'MO.
Yes. Let me drink upon the nectar of God. It will make me better at grinding. I will have high level in all my skill.
I'll need
I don't think that's how that works.
need a con save from both people who took a sip from the chalice.
3. That is 3.
I got a 13. A 4. No, fuck. A 15.
Okay.
1-5.
Nice. With a 15, your next dream will be a wet dream. I do not mean sexual. I mean...
No.
No!
No, wait, I don't mean piss either.
What else do you mean?
You'll see.
Is it like when
I
you look up
host
the
a mid
goals
party
as
and
well?
then I piss myself in my sleep. I wet the bed after hosting a mid. Oh.
We should have it. We should make this a sleepover.
Let's see. SQUO'MO. With a 3.
Yes. Of course.
I think you die.
You... No, sorry.
Instantly.
With a 3, you just sort of hear in the back of your mind, you should get more sleep.
That's a good idea. Can I pass out right there and then?
Yes.
Good choice. Oh, taste.
All right.
Well, I guess that's the night for SQUO'MO.
Oh dear. I could carry her back to her room if someone could point me where.
Yeah. I can think of her.
Alright.
Oh, you know what? No, sorry. And we watch as Heavy steps over. Actually, somebody needs to clean up from the party. Everybody say not it. Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
Oh, it's my party. I can clean.
Mm,
I'll help.
no, no, you won't.
I will get her back and then
That long.
come right back.
Hmm. Siren goes off to do that. Dang it, CHEEG, you weren't supposed to say that.
I-
It's fine.
What?
No, don't worry about it. Meddling it's a delicate art, and clearly I've had too much to drink. All right. Let's see. And Heavy's gonna get a broom. Siren, you're able to tuck SQUO'MO. Yeah? Yeah?
I rolled fairly better on my check, and it still messed me up. Can I roll a quick medicine check to make sure if he's good to go?
Yeah? Absolutely.
Let's roll that medicine check. Summary. Of course I'm not official with her. Why would I be? That is going to be a 15 plus 0.
The 15 plus 0, it seems that whatever the chalice does, it produces sort of an immediate effect, oftentimes illusory, and otherwise the person isn't too inebriated. So anyone who's taken a sip should be fine,
Awesome.
yourself included. Yeah.
I will still go. I mean, it's my ship. I could get everything straightened up here.
Oh no, I
I
thought that
appreciate y'all for.
maybe you could use this time to do other things, though. Never mind. Sure, you do your thing. Thank you, everyone, for having us over for the party. It was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Well, Heavy's gonna head over, sort of nudge DELPHI, and it's gonna head off. Head back to the other ship.
Delphi kind of takes another look around who's remaining and then just walks off, just scurries off.
Somehow,
I look at Ryder and Small Fry. I was like, I was like, they point at Small Fry and go, "You have a big day tomorrow. You go to bed, and I can't make you go to bed, but."
There, Ryder,
Right.
dude, come back to the
Ryder
ship.
looks and suddenly just books it away, like rolls like a ninja, and is gone. And Sabrina's already heading off as they like board the other ship from the gangplank. Small Fry looks around and just like, yeah, I gotta sleep. Bye. He's gonna like head over and just sort of scurry down and away. Siren, you get SQUO'MO nice and comfortable, and you're able to head back to clean up for the party. When you're ready, of course. But
Yes.
only one person will be there, as everyone else seems to be totally gone.
Mm-hmm.
You find CHEEG cleaning up by themselves, Siren.
I thought Delphi said they'd stay behind.
I sent everybody home. It's my ship, but
Your concoction.
yeah. Your cup.
What is in the concoction itself? It had a flavor.
It is a mix of some of the most potent, horrid things I've ever tasted.
I see. That explains the giggling.
Yeah. Initially, they were supposed to just, maybe send someone to an early night, maybe, but
I mean, mission accomplished.
yep.
Well, this seems all good. I'm gonna probably tuck in. You have a good night, Cheek.
You as well.
That where we end the scene?
Hmm?
Is that where we
Yeah,
end?
I'm going to Snoozeville. Whatever these
Yeah.
little get over there.
Yeah, of course, of course. Elsewhere on the other ship. Beneath the deck, we hear the sound of like a chain being pulled and a light bulb. And Heavy puts down what seems to be like, you know those things in submarines, they look through and they see out the, you get it, you guys understand. All right, Delphi, they didn't pull it off. Don't know what happened. Ryder's gonna peer over. People are weird. Yep. Yeah, kid. Yeah.
I love queer baiting on man.
I also love queer baiting on May. All right, guys.
I love pretending to be gay.
I love pretending to be gay.
Oh my god, I
Actually,
forgot my
none of us
mic
are.
was muted.
Wait, your mic was. Oh, wait. What did you say? What
Yeah,
did you
I'm
say?
sorry, I was interacting.
Wait, what were you saying?
It was to Heavy, it was a comment of SIREN probably chickened out. That's probably what happened.
I don't get it. You know, like, not to be. Oh, Ryder, cover your ears. Ryder covers their ears. As a former fucker myself, it's just like the game is not what I was expecting from the young generation.
SIREN's scared and CHEEG. CHEEG's not somebody you get a read on at a glance. SIREN's avoiding eye contact at this point.
No, actually, no. What do you mean no? I think it went well. I guess no, I think it went as well as it needed to.
I mean, oh yeah, I'll give it that, but like, we cleared deck for a reason.
Blocking
Like,
the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Benny and Liz, we can
Sorry.
hear you, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
yeah, shut the fuck up!
I'm sorry. I thought I muted.
We're talking about your characters.
Talking massive amounts to know.
Anyway, We need to go to bed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night. Sleep well. Got a tournament tomorrow. Delphi, do you know if there's gonna be like... I mean, I guess it's the day after tomorrow, huh? You don't know anything about this, do you?
I know Mina's in it, so there's probably going to be fighting.
Oh, that'll be fun. All right. She goes down. Sabrina's gonna take your hand and start walking you back to the quarters. So, you feeling good?
Yeah.
Good. Just gonna take your hand and kiss it. We'll have fun tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And is at least...
You know, it's...
Yeah?
Sorry, I was going to say, you know, it's not good.
What?
Told you about Tara, right?
Oh, no, 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 no.
He's doing good. We've created a disturbance. Like all of us.
I don't like that.
No.
I don't... I know your family, might not prefer me, but I think Tara's the only one that would kill me. And I
Oh,
didn't...
come on. You got the least amount to do with it.
No, that's the problem. I didn't do that much. We've been killing people.
Yeah.
Do they know?
I don't think so. Well, no, Tara's definitely on to us. Considering the fact that she stopped our ships and then told me to not bring something dangerous home to the family.
We're in trouble.
A little. I'm sure we can handle this. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You get to your door and she opens it up. I know you have to go in the water, but now I'm nervous. So that means you have to cuddle me.
Okay. I can spend some time in the water tomorrow. I'll stay with you tonight.
You don't have to do that.
No, I stressed you out.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just...
Oh, okay. My girlfriend doesn't want cuddles. I see how it is.
She is
My
going
girlfriend.
to kick the door closed. Come on. As we zoom out on the ships, we see bubbles on the water. But that's where we're gonna end it. So many gay people. Isn't that crazy, you guys? How did they all get here?
Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Homosexuality?
In our D&D campaign?
No way! We're gonna do a quick pronoun go around to close things off, because that's important. I had so much fun, but we played for like an hour later than we usually do. That's crazy. All right.
Womp womp.
Reviewing the cast. We had Ben as CHEEG.
Oh,
ALYCIA as CYPHER. ALYCIA went to bed an hour ago. Draw as DELPHI.
Ayo.
BENNI as...
Interesting fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say no, keep going. I'll say my bit at the end.
BENNI as SIREN.
Ayo.
And Liz as the spectral form of SQUO'MO.
Fred.
Yeah,
Yours.
today's episode was brought to you by the actual events that led to BENNI getting with their partners of coming to me for advice.
And getting nudged by us.
Mainly by Jegg.
I do a lot of nudging.
Don't you dare say mainly by Jegg.
1 minute before the conversation.
Do you know how much you screamed at me?
Yeah,
Do you know how
screamed
much
at you.
yelling?
So anyway,
Yeah, I screamed at you and I yelled at you, but Jegg was the one starting all the conversations with you and your partners.
There was a portion of time where I was worried that I had genuinely pissed Draw Moons off by not confessing my feelings.
Well, anyway,
But
we're gonna...
supposedly I'm not. Anyways.
Sorry to break this to you. That PowerPoint presentation night was almost it.
Anyways.
That was
Anyway,
evil.
We're
That
gonna
was
rate.
evil.
We're gonna rate Evan at 0, guys. But have a great one. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week at 8 o'clock. Goodbye.
Bye.
That PowerPoint.